it's done it.
Yeah.
Almost. Maybe. Hey! Hello, world! We're having some fun tech stuff over on this side, but it should all be good now. It's all because we hit a certain point, and that point is we're affiliates now, so we can have that wonderful sub button. So go ahead, and if you can, especially with that wonderful tip. Hey there, Michael. Speaking of which, there's actually a little addition to the
Is he the
overlays.
guy?
Yes, Michael Howe. He's a wonderful human being who did all of those arts I've introduced. If you take a look at the stream, you can see the image associated with each player on the top right corner of their overlay stuff.
You didn't tell me about this overlay. I feel hurt.
That's because I did it today. Got all the finalizations. Michael Howe, go check out his art. He's linked down below for his Twitch and Instagram. Fantastic stuff. Great work and wonderful turnaround. It's been an absolute honor working with him, and I genuinely think we're going to do it again. I'm going to keep working with this wonderful human being. It's great, and it was fun watching all that happen as well.
It was.
But that point little put across, if you have Amazon Prime, you have this wonderful thing called a Twitch Prime sub. So go ahead and click on that sub button and give us that Prime, because it's free for you. You're already paying for it. If you're not utilizing it, use it. On us.
On us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On us.
Please.
Please. That would be great. Other announcements coming up this week. We've got Playing with Mutts on Wednesday. That's going to be at 5. We're still playing through some Valheim. Building some things up. It's been a lot of mining recently. A whole lot of mining. And we haven't been crushed by a tree recently, which is good. And this Friday, we are going to have the bi-weekly, the side thing of Tea Time with Murray. I forgot what it was, and I'm the host of it. Good grief. But Tea Time with Murray, that's coming up this Friday. We don't have any special streams going on this Thursday. Skepti and I were still working on when we're going to do Keyforge, just our chill, relax one. We had a lot of fun last time. Met some new people, made some new friends, so I think we're going to try to do that again. It was nice and relaxing. After that, Sunday again, Tales of Andrea. We are on our 8th episode, which means we have hit 2 months doing this, which is great. It's already been 2 months. How time flies.
And it's been about 9 days.
Yeah, not
in
the campaign.
9 days in campaign, 2 months in real life.
And we're already affiliate. You guys are awesome.
We're doing
Yep.
great. Yes, your support has been so wonderful. Thank you, everyone, so much for supporting us and showing us that you want more of this. If you do want even more, let us know in chat. Throw it in there. We do read through it. We don't necessarily reply during the D&D streams because we're focused on the RP and focused on the campaign. But we do appreciate having the input from the people who are watching us in order to figure out what we can do in the future and what you would like to see more of. That all done. Is there anything else anyone else has?
Nope. Just keep an eye out for announcements about Hate Left Love on Twitter.
Yeah. Keep up for our
YouTube's
Twitter.
still going as well.
YouTube's still going.
YouTube.
Definitely find
Sometimes
those.
late. My bad.
That's fine.
Life happens.
Life happens. Life is a thing. Life is fun. I think we should get this kicking though. Kind of get rolling.
Yes.
Shall we?
Take us off, you beautiful man, you.
Aww.
Let's go.
It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. sorrow and loss may abound, we'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Ooh, it's so good.
Espresso martinis. Delightful.
Done-
There's one more
done
little
right.
extra little bit. If you look on the right-hand side, if you all put your mouse over to the right hand, there's a little hover part that will have D&D Beyond on it as well. We have D&D Beyond incorporated in an extension on Twitch. So you can view the characters and the character sheets, which is exciting, for us at least.
Yes.
But,
Oh, there it is. I was
yeah,
like,
there
what
you
are
go.
talking about?
Takes a little finding to find, but it's on the right-hand side. So, last week, we had everyone, the main party, aside from Yolandriel, who was arrested during the time, escaped the town of Mardrum. Well, I say escaped, but they moved away, more like they were escorted out through an underground tunnel system. They waited for...
Underground.
Underground.
Phrasing.
They waited for Yolandriel to arrive with Leaf. When he did, Leaf parted their ways, as did any other accompanying parties, and they decided to go after Steve, where they went into the deep forest, found the Harpies, understood that they were willing to negotiate, to give Steve back should they rid them of a nuisance. Agreeing to this, they went and found this nuisance to be an iron golem-like creature. I had a little difficulty. Zorai ended up getting downed, going unconscious. Anubisai got really messed up. But in the end of the day, they succeeded in the fight by a hair's breadth and managed to kill the beastie. Afterwards, they took the head, went back to the Harpies, and said, "We've done it. Go fetch your matriarch. We're not going to her. She has to come to us." And that's where we left off, with everyone waiting in the forest for the matriarch to arrive. So you've got probably about half a day before anything happens of any kind of significance.
Is that
There's
enough time for a long rest?
Not a long
Nope.
rest. That would be a short rest. Point? Prologue?
How big are the trees that surround us?
The trees, there are several different sizes. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, some of them are saplings, others are ancient. You've got a
Okay.
very wide variety of aged trees.
Okay. Brolog would like to find a tree that would support his weight and is fairly tall and climb up it.
Okay, give me a climb check.
A climb check.
What's a climb check?
Where's that in my skills?
That'd be acrobatics or dexterity?
That would be a strength-based athletics.
Athletics, hot. Give me that.
Climb checks 5e in Pathfinder.
9.
Or 3-5 in Pathfinder.
Dun, 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 dun.
9.
Climb check.
You start trying to climb this tree. You get about 10 feet up before you start sliding down. There are no branches that are short enough that the one that might be able to support you is maybe 20 feet up.
I'd like to try
Is
again.
it-
What was that, Anubisai?
I was just asking, why do you want to go up a tree?
Oh, I just want to look out, see what's what.
You can keep trying again. You can give me another one. A few of you notice that some of the Harpies are beginning to chuckle a
Laugh.
little at this great beast trying to climb up a tree.
14.
Can I
14.
And that
can
elephant
I
in a
assist?
tree.
I'm like this is just hilarious to me. Like I wanna just use my flight to just kind of help boost him up into the tree because it's too funny.
Go for it. So actually, this would be just a general assessment. So,
Yeah,
Brolog,
advantage.
do that advantage. So roll again, and whichever one was higher.
So 14 is the highest.
14 is the highest. You do manage to get up this time. It takes a little effort,
Yes.
and you feel a little out of breath by the time you get to the tree, to the branch. But you get to the branch, and it kind of bows a little bit under your weight. You might want to go a little higher. Maybe the branch isn't quite what you need, but you're in the tree.
How high am I?
You're 20 feet up at least.
Okay. We want to get a little higher. Does there look like there's a safe path
You want to go
higher?
You want to go higher, Brolock? I'm gonna
Left.
assist again.
Okay.
I'm so down.
Give me another-
Even more fall damage.
Give me
Yeah.
another strength check with
With
advantage.
We amuse ourselves so well.
24. Get me up that
24.
tree.
You get up higher. How high would you like to be?
I would like to be above the trees if possible, so I have a clear vision.
The tree is
So-
like starting to lean the higher you get.
This tree is not taller than the ancient ones. The ancient trees,
Okay.
you would need like pitons or pythons, however you want to pronounce
Okay.
that word,
Sure.
to climb
Okay.
up itself. Zarai would have no issue getting into those ones because he's got wings. However, if you don't have wings,
then
they'll be difficult to
I'll
climb.
climb up until I can see like a way through the trees. That's where.
With your weight and your size, you judge that higher you go, the thinner the branches go, and the more dangerous it is for you to be up there.
Okay.
And
okay.
you might be able to get to another tree, but you'd have to get to the tips of some of the branches, and they might not support your weight.
Okay.
Falling
Brolock.
out of a tree will not be an honorable tattoo.
Brolock is very annoyed by the circumstances. He climbs back down the tree, and then he seeks to chop the tree down.
Okay, so
Let's not do that.
Brolog starts chopping away at a tree. What is everyone else doing during this?
I'm
This is
watching
taking
him.
a short rest.
Yeah, I'm just standing there watching him like, what is he doing? Just like confused as he like climbs up, and then when he gets down and starts hacking away, I'm just like, what is going on?
The tree offended him.
Truth.
So I have a question about the damage we took yesterday. So it reduced our hit points. Does that just come back after a long rest, right?
It'll come back after a long rest, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Just
That-
I didn't know. I just wanted. Okay. I'm gonna.
More appropriately, actually, so your question of during the time that you're waiting for them to come back, it would be a long rest, but if you're doing absolutely nothing, if you're just sitting and resting the entire time. So right now,
that's what
Brolog's chopping
rest
down a
is
tree. He will
intended
not
to
be getting a
I'm-
long rest.
Oh wait, no, I can't. I already screwed that up because I helped him out. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look around for some more sticks for arrows.
Okay, go for a
Nature, right?
nature
I've
and
been doing nature.
I've been doing
for the
nature.
most part.
Let's stick with
Yeah.
nature. Natty one. Despite being in the depths of
Arrows?
a deep forest, a place that is abundant with woods, branches, and twigs that would probably be appropriate for arrows, you cannot find any.
I take a drink of my. I down like half of the 3 ounces of one of my flasks.
Good flask, as in the
Or
good
just
stuff.
one of my fancy. Yeah, one of my fancy flasks.
Okay.
I am going to go over to Prapitus.
3 out of 8. I got it marked down.
Sweet.
Who's currently sitting at the base of another tree a little ways off, reading his herbalism tome.
Oh, I got
Prapitus.
something.
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Allow me to do the talking and negotiating, since I speak their language and technically I am a female. In a matriarchic society, that would probably be best.
I absolutely 100% agree. I'm going to leave this to you. Plus, the Harpies are starting to get on my nerves, so I'm going to leave this to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception to see if any of the Harpies are kind of taking like an interest in like a extra level of curiosity in us just standing around, not like superstitious, but like kind of like impressed kind of a deal, or just like interested in what they have to offer, like not just
They
like
got that
nah.
look like, how in the hell did they just do what they did?
Well, if there's one
Insight.
that's just like
That
wow,
would be
yeah,
that would
okay,
be an
insight.
insight. General insight. So if you're trying to read all of them, do it with disadvantage because there's quite a few of them, and not necessarily all of them are easy to see.
19.
19 with
I
disadvantage.
rolled a
Stan.
17 and a 19.
Nice, good job. Yeah, I wouldn't say impressed or curious on what they can do. That's more of a higher guard to they're capable. We need to be on our guard.
So none of them are like wow.
No,
Like,
they don't
hobby
trust you.
hubba. No, okay, all right, that's it.
All right.
You
Anything
can
else
try
for
something, but
8 hour period?
Cut down that tree yet?
It takes a few hours. Give me 3
Right.
strength checks.
Oh, too easy.
can I
Gonna fall on someone. I know it.
I want to try to race one of them, like just flying
12.
with my wings versus their wings. At some point, if I
12.
can make that happen.
12.
Zorai, we're on Brolog right now. 12. Okay. 2 12s.
2 12s and a 14.
2 12s and a 14. It'll take about 4 hours. So in that time period, Zorai, what are you trying to do?
I want to try to instigate someone to race. Like I'm gonna like be flying around and like come down like a fast speed, like just kind of like chuckling to one on the side, like.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
This dice treating me good. And I have a -1, so 15.
15. You do get one of their attention, and as they kind of like fluster up their wings a little bit, another one next to them stops them
Damn.
from doing that.
Alright,
From
I'm
your
done.
insight, you get the general idea that they're here to watch you, not to play
But I'm
with you.
kind of tantalizing them a little bit, at least a couple.
You're getting some of their attention.
Let's not push this.
I'm done for the rest of the
You
8
do
hours.
want Steve back, right?
Okay. After that 4 hours, Eulandriel, Praspitus, and Ubisai, give me dexterity checks.
Oof.
Do I give you one if I'm taking a long rest?
You know what?
What kind of check?
Are you dexterity? It's it's going to be dexterity saving throw. Praspitus, if you are that's a natty 1. That's going to be well. If you are sleeping, it's going to be considered an automatic failure.
That was the intent.
Okay, so you automatically fail. 2 and wow. What
The
damage?
tree fell on
That
us.
was both me and Anubis. I rolling a nat 1 right there.
Let's see. I have to decide now what damage to roll for this.
Ouch.
Prologue.
What are they getting damage from? I'm so curious.
A
You
falling
all-
tree.
You're resting for a while, and then you hear this thunderous
This.
as a tree falls on all of you. That's not going to be enough. I need to roll more. This is a big tree.
Good thing I'm out of almost all of my spell slots and can't heal anybody.
I think we need to rename all of us need to rename ourselves to Emlar.
You all take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as a tree falls on you.
Ground down.
15?
15 points of bludgeoning. And yes,
15.
round down. So round down to 7, Anubisai. Prologue, you've cut down this tree, and there is a cacophony of... First off, there's a couple of curses as a few harpies were stationed up in this tree. And they fly away. One of them actually is going to need to make a dexterity to see if she gets caught in the tree.
Brolog laughs at the Harpies.
Then you realize that they're laughing at you as you take a look at to where the tree fell, and it's currently a few of your teammates are caught by it. You're all
Okay.
pinned under the tree. Until this thing gets moved, you're considered restrained.
Move it.
Yeah,
Give me-
Brolog tries to push it off of them.
Okay. Anubisai, give me a strength check with advantage, seeing as Brolog is helping you.
Wrong.
I'm laying there and I'm staring directly at Brolog, like just waiting for him. to
I
take
rolled
this
it
log off of me.
in D&D Beyond by accident, so I got a 28.
28. Okay. That's good enough. Definitely good enough. You push up this very heavy tree with Brolog's help. You have to kind of your way through it, and it gets pushed aside. You're all unpinned and have the moment. Paraspatus, this does interrupt your long rest.
Of course.
Yep. I'm a little peeved. I just say that, by the way. I just stand up and I look around and I look at everyone and I go, I'm a little peeved.
Brolog assumes he's talking about something else and does not notice.
Okay, I'm going to look at Brolog and I'm just gonna cast sleep on him immediately.
Okay. That is a hit point based thing.
Yes.
So roll those dice for the hit points.
Hopefully I can make this work. Come on, dice. Right, D8, yep.
Doesn't have to be. This isn't a charm thing, right?
I don't think it's charm based, but let's double check. Spells. That's the wrong character. Nope, that's going to be the wrong character too.
24.
24 will not be high enough to put him
Okay.
to sleep. That does not beat his
I don't
HP.
have any level 2 spell slots, so I have one level 1 spell slot now.
One level 1 spell slot.
Yep.
You are a bunch of crazy individuals.
Yeah, well, I didn't know we could take a long rest,
Do it to
so-
yourself.
I'm just gonna join the Harpies in laughter because that's pretty funny. It's funny. But I'm not just like laughing at your Landriel and Nubisai. And is Paraspatus under there too?
Paraspatus was
Was.
under there. Yeah.
So I'm not just laughing at them, but I'm also laughing at Brolog, who is just like mad about a tree, so he cut it down. So, but I'm just joining the Harpies in laughter because I'm dying. It's the first comedic relief I've had in a minute from losing Steve, and I almost forget about him for a second.
Brolog.
Well, Brolog would like to mount the tree and do a war dance on top of it,
Give me a performance check.
so as to impress all of the Harpies.
Give me a performance
Your
check.
Landriel is walking in the direction of the nearest ocean so he can walk into it and never be seen by another living thing ever again.
And I'm waiting to see on this performance check before I
Oh,
do an element.
baby! Got an 18.
Oh, my laughter turns into I'm
This
just
is
so
Yeah.
proud.
What is this?
I'm so proud.
What is going
Come on,
on?
dance moves!
What is going on? Brolog, you all see Brolog dancing this wonderful war dance on top of this tree, as if he's conquered this great thing. Zorai, one of them leans over and says, "He knows this forest's older than everyone here, right?"
If you want to tell him, go for it. I'm not saying a word.
She kind of looks at Brolog, shakes her head, and, "I don't think so," and just goes about her own
Smart move.
business. Right. Anything for the other 4 hours?
Well, I gotta get my health back now, so.
Well, yeah, now I have to take a short rest and roll some dice.
Mm-hmm.
Brolog will rest on top of the tree.
Did we have a fire going?
Not yet. There was no need for a
Not
fire.
yet.
It was still daytime.
I'll wait.
I'm gonna fly up while looking at Brolog. Just gonna kind of fly up really high up in the trees and do the same thing I did last time, and just find a spot where I can be on a branch by myself without anyone directly next to me and just kind of rest.
Okay.
Wielding out one of the sticks I got for arrows, just aimlessly, not really doing too much to it.
Just kind of working on that.
Yep.
Perfecto. The 4 hours go by fairly uneventfully. You get to the point where the day's starting to get late. When a harpy arrives that is... It's not the one that flew away. It's a different harpy. She comes up to your group and says, "The matriarch will not come to see you. You must go to see her."
I'm immediately gonna be just take me to Steve.
How far away are you?
I don't know, like 30 feet up in the right above the party, on just like the nearest tree. Because I don't remember where you said the top was. I just kind of like right where the branches start. Depending
how
on where
high
the
are you
trees
trying to go up? How high?
About 30 feet, maybe 20 feet, depending on where the branches are. The canopy starts.
Canopy starts in some trees at 20 feet, other trees at 30 feet. So you can do
Yeah,
either
so
one.
I'm gonna like around 20 feet. Let's go 20 feet.
Okay.
It's like I'm not
so,
hiding from them. I'm just going up to hang with the other winged creatures.
Yeah, so you would have to probably more yell that. You would hear the voice and then you
Oh, I'm
wouldn't
gonna
see
fly
it at
down.
first. Okay,
Like
you're gonna fly down.
if I heard what she said, even just seeing her come up, I'm gonna fly down
In
and
which
be like, take me to Steve.
Okay, so she looks and says, "Should probably rest for the night. There are dangerous animals in these forests."
I haven't even gotten up from my bed. I just roll over away from the group and I fall asleep.
Yep, Praspis is gonna end up doing the exact same thing.
Brolog will stay awake.
If you're gonna stay awake through the entire night, you'll be taking 1 point of exhaustion.
I will not do that. I'll go to sleep before that happens.
Okay. So basically, you're taking first watch.
I'm gonna go back to my corner
Yeah.
and my
Gotcha.
my branch 20 feet up and not happy. I'm very upset, but I'm gonna go take a full night's rest.
Very soon after the sun does set, you spent a few hours at the beginning of the day fighting the beast, and then the 8 hours waiting. It appears to have been a normal length day. However, one of them flying back and then having to fly back to you all took more time. Took the day for them to do that. So during the night, for the first watch, Brolog and Anubisai, give me perception checks. Oh, that was a teaser.
Yeah, again. 10.
13.
10 and 13. Nothing significant happens during that first watch. Brolog, when you go to sleep, do you wake anyone else up?
Go to sleep on top of the tree.
Alright, in which case, Anubisai, give me 2 more perception checks for the rest of the night. Yep.
I'm gonna wake up early, like just naturally for 'cause I'm not gonna be able to sleep too much because it's like Steve.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll be for the third watch.
For the third watch, perfect. Yep, Anubisai, that roll will not, you won't see anything. During that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
A 3? Okay. Third watch perception checks, and Anubisai and Zorai. Oh, hello.
Ta-da!
6.
6.
No, wait, perception 8.
Perception, yeah. 8. Glorious 8. Yeah, Zorai, you see nothing. Nubisai, you have dark vision, right?
120.
120 feet. That's what I thought. Cool. There is a fire, so you can heal up to full during this time frame.
I won't make it obvious, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. During your night, you also experience a moment that Zorai had during the day last time round. When you're looking around, there's a moment where you swear you see a dark figure in the forest, but then when you look back, it's gone.
Does this dark figure remind me of anybody from maybe a possible other dream or vision?
It wasn't clear enough.
Okay.
It's kind of like a silhouette in the night.
It could bigger, smaller than needles.
About the same size. Looks to be a
So,
humanoid, medium size.
Could be needles. We don't know if he's still following us. Okay.
Well, then the morning time comes by. And one of that same harpy that came up and delivered the news that the matriarch won't come to you, that you have to go to her, comes back up to the group. Well, Anubisai, seeing as everyone else is still kind of stirring at this point, and says,
Whenever just up there.
"Whenever you're ready, we will head out."
Very well. Wake everybody up.
I want to do a superhero landing off the tree with my wings slowing my fall so I don't hurt myself.
Give me an acrobatics.
Please roll a 1.
Do it.
Do it.
Give it. So, what you roll?
No.
What you roll?
No way.
Just for the vocals, what you roll? Did you roll a natty 1?
But +3, so 4. That
So 4?
changes anything, but it's a natty 1.
When you're trying to...
you just crippled yourself.
Do you remember what lawn darts looked like?
So, when you try to jump out of this tree and do this epic landing, your foot gets caught on the branch. You kind of do this cartwheel spin through the air and land heavily on the ground and take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the 20-foot fall.
Wait, I took a full rest still, though, so that's back
You
up to
did.
normal, right?
So
Yeah,
that was back up to normal. Now you're 6 points down again.
Brolog chuckles at the fall.
Everybody does.
I'm going to look at the group and I'm going to say, it's going to be a good day. Have a good feeling about it.
Precipice is going to sigh heavily.
I'm going to try to make myself stand up and act like nothing actually hurts, even though I'm in excruciating pain from the 6 points. I'm going to roll a performance check just for...
A few of you notice again that some of the harpies are chuckling, laughing at this. Anubisai, you hear one of them say in Sylvan, so no one else understands. I thought he had wings. How could he mess up that badly?
Clearly, someone hasn't rolled a natural 1 before.
Tonight, already 2.
Brolog approaches Persepolis and says, it feels like a good day. Would you like to ride on my shoulders?
I'll pass on that. Thank you, Brolog. I'm going to walk in contemplation today.
About hiring a new group.
Very good.
I'm also going to send a message to Nero or whoever has the ring at the moment.
Okay, go for it. What's your message?
Dear gods, where did you find these people?
Let me just do a little thing here.
Ridiculous.
The response you get back is, I'm sorry, find them? What? I didn't find them. My father put a general request out for mercenaries, and these are the ones that were...
Don't
Nero's
worry about
really
it, Nero.
bad. He's really bad about keeping within that 25-word limit.
I think.
Do you use
Remember how
another...
good I was
do you
at that last campaign when I would like literally count
count
off
them out
every
with
single
each one of your fingers? Do you send another message back for that, Precipice? Use another charge?
I'll follow up with. All right. We'll see where this leads. I mean, why? And then that's it.
You broke up quite a bit, actually, there.
I broke up purposefully quite a bit, actually, there.
I missed that again.
Yep, you keep breaking up.
Didn't hear.
You keep breaking up. Like, we're catching every other word from you.
I think there's like a
My internet
spike.
may be going down.
Internet may hate you. So, in general, from what I got, from what I understood, and Nero's reply would be, well, I could always try to send more your way. Unfortunately, my teleportation's not working as well right now. They would have to go the long way, and it would take some time to...
Man's got to count his words.
Yeah.
Skip some of them. You know, you don't need all of them.
Abbreviate up in this piece. Like, come on.
The harpy, sitting on the ground waiting for you all, says, "We're burning daylight. Are you ready to go?"
Before anyone can even say anything, I'm right up behind her. Like, let's go.
Okay.
I don't care if anyone else is following. Like, we're going. I'm like, kind of like, let's go.
In that case, Zorai, why don't you give me the roll 20, the 20 roll? Just generic D20.
14.
14? Okay. Wait. Oh, right, yes. That's what I'm rolling.
He's got like
I've got sticky notes everywhere.
all over.
I'm not
He's
even
like,
kidding
okay,
you.
this guy's this villain. Okay, well, who's this guy? All right, I gotta.
And then on top of that, what voice is this? What voice is that? What voice is this?
You've no idea. Great, okay. It takes roughly about that 4 to 6 hours to get to their home place again. Okay. In that time frame, there is one interruption where they start leading you down a different path. And it appears they're diverting and moving around something. And then continuing on, moving forward.
Can I roll perception to see if I notice that?
Well, given the fact that they made you turn a complete 90-degree angle left, took you left for a while, and then made you turn right, it's pretty obvious that they're redirecting you down a different path. But you can roll a perception to see if you can notice
I
what
want to
they're
know. I want to know
redirecting you
why.
from. Okay. Then roll a perception for if you can see why.
20. Unnatural.
Unnatural. You can hear why. It sounds like there's a fairly few large beasts off in the direction that you were going, and they've diverted you away from that path.
I chuckle to myself and kind of like whisper under my breath so that like they can kind of hear me. Oh, you guys are scared of something, huh? Scaredy cats.
The one that in the front says, "Not scared, just eager to get this over with, and we don't want delays. Your flesh is vulnerable, and you can't...
Coward!
You want to call us a coward? Take it on yourself." She continues.
I'm gonna
moving.
call back. His flesh is vulnerable.
Yes, Mister with the lowest.
He is
THC.
soft and spongy.
Eventually, while you're looking around, continuing on moving, you get to a portion of the forest where the trees are fairly large in size, and you can start to see some construction work in the trees. Loose branches and such being twined together through natural vine ropes that have been created. The harpies around you begin to multiply in numbers. Instead of just the 20 inside the group that was with you, there's 20 more, then 30 more, then 50 more. You soon realize that there are harpy children moving around as well, as you are now inside the harpies' village. It looks very makeshift, as if they've only been here for maybe a year at most, as they're still constructing and building different buildings for them to live in. One of them, the very grandiose-looking platform inside the largest tree, is presented semi-close to the center of where the village would be. The harpy guides you there, and when you get there, there is a few spikes, and there's heads on each one of them, all in different forms of decomposition. On one of them, there's still blood dripping down from it, as you see the head of the harpy that you originally sent to go fetch the matriarch.
Oof.
The harpy gestures to you to a makeshift rope that's been lowered down and says, "He won't have problems, he can fly. The rest of you will have to climb."
Okay. I motion for Paraspatus to go first.
I'm gonna ask, where is Steve?
She just looks at you and then flies up into the building.
So we're supposed to go
Percy's
down and
gonna
she's going up.
sigh.
Brolog turns to Persepolis. Says, should I go up first?
We're going down. She
You're
went
going
up. We're going down.
You're going up. You are down. You
we're
are
going
on the
up?
ground. You're going up.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're on the ground. She's going up to this building in the trees. All the
I'm
buildings
following
are
right
in the
behind her.
trees.
Sorry, misunderstanding. I'm following up right behind her. As soon as she takes off, I'm going right behind.
At this point, I'm going to turn and look at Anubisai. Would this be an appropriate time for you to take charge?
Yes. But can I take charge of Zara?
I'm already
Probably
gone.
not.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know,
he is
exactly.
already moving up.
Please.
After you, Anubisai.
Okay. I'll take the lead.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Brolog. Anubisai's got the lead on this one.
Somebody restrain Zara when we get up there, please. Because this is going to be a
shall bring up
negotiation.
the rear.
I'll follow before Brolog.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm
so
going up.
Anubisai, and then I'll say maybe Eulandriel, then Praspidus, then Brolog. Perfect. Zarai does get there first. I'm not going to have you do climb or the acrobatics or
Climbing
athletics
checks.
of any kind for this. I'm just going to say it takes you a bit to get up there. Slower than Zarai, who can fly up easily enough. So, Zarai, the harpy flies in, leaves the entrance open for you. And when you get up, you're entering in towards this left. I'm going to move you all to a roll 20 eventually. But this lower left side, you get into this entrance, and inside, the first thing you see is a series of other harpies. They look stronger, more fit, more capable than the rest of the harpies that you've been seeing. They have better equipment. They look bigger. But when you get up there, there is a very elegantly and beautifully designed, I say beautifully, it's more made of bones and this kind of, what is it called?
Corset.
Outfit? Not outfit, it's, she's dressed in something that makes it look like
Robe?
she's higher up than all of them. and she's got this
Close,
thing over her
very
head.
close.
Okay.
She sits on this throne, gives you a look, and then you notice that to her right, in a cage, is Steve, your pseudo-dragon, as he dances around inside his cage, sees you, and flashes you images of this excitement and happiness to see you, and not as terrified of the surroundings. He doesn't seem threatened. He's just more happy and excited to see you.
I'm gonna say to the queen, "We did as you asked. Now give me Steve."
There is a series of hisses around in the room, and the matriarch, she looks, smiles, and says, I don't take demands. I do as I please. There are words to be had. Where is the one that did the killing?
He'll be here shortly, but you best make sure to make the right
Chill.
choice right here. Did I say she?
You did.
Oh,
Did you?
Yeah,
I thought you did.
I was thinking she. She'll be here shortly. Either way, she'll be here shortly. But you better make up the right choice right here, right now, or things might go different than you had planned.
She looks around like, you're not the one in a good position here. You have no right to make demands.
You took my family. I have all the right in the world.
We took a prize. We have all the right in the world.
What would you do for family? Your brother, your father, your son.
I have no family other than those around. You pose no threat to us here. You mean nothing. Your threats
You're losing it.
are idle. This is about the point where Anubisai starts coming up. Your threats mean
It's not a
nothing.
threat.
There's another series of hisses. Like, it sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
All right. Silence.
Oh, here she is. Show him what you got, Nubisai.
Silence.
You've got silence?
You are to be
Is-
silent from here on out, or I will
Roll out
kill
up
you
there yet?
myself.
As I'm standing behind Zora, I start to slowly pull up my halberd like I'm gonna knock him out again, and then I'm like,
Nah.
Is Brolog up there yet?
Yep, you all come up one at a time. I've moved you into a roll 20.
I guess
map.
specifically, did I hear Anubisai say that?
You would have, yes.
Okay. Brolog goes and stands behind Zarai.
for everyone watching, the broken chair is Steve. For
Oh, I
future
don't have
reference.
it on that map just
Steve
yet.
is.
Here we go.
Oh,
I will ping Steve as the broken chair once we switch screens.
There we go.
Once we get into it, we'll. Oh, we're there.
oh, okay.
This is
My bad.
Steve, the broken chair. It's beautiful.
I don't think... Oh, I don't. That's awkward. That's fine. There we go. That's fixed. As far as the other Harpies go, you can reposition your characters to where they're going to be. So if you don't mind doing that quickly.
Oh, you moved right where I was planning to move. You gotta move back. You gotta move back a little bit. Now, whoever's to the left of me, is that you and Usai? You gotta move back one.
It's
That's
very-
where I'm at.
Why?
I don't think she's going to
Because that's where I was going and I was there first.
She was
Like
there
just
first
straight
on
up,
my
straight up
screen.
simple. That's where I'm stemming. Yeah, because I moved and we literally moved at the same time. Like literally, it was like
Okay,
he moved and I
so
moved.
then do a little RP here. Because Zara is trying to take the same place as Anubisai and stand in the front
I was there
of
first.
the
I
entire
walked
group.
in. I flew in before they were there.
Then do a
didn't
little
have this
RP
before they
here
were up
as she
there.
moves past you.
Alright. Okay. Yo, what are you doing?
Prologue.
Brolog grapples Demon Eye.
Give me a strength check. So it's... Yeah, this is a... It's considered an attack roll? No, it's just a strength check. Zara, you can save by either doing a acrobatics or athletics save.
What do you roll, Brolog?
So it's just a strength check. There aren't any other.
For you,
proficiency
it's a
rankings
strength
set.
check, yes.
For you, yeah, you just add in
Okay.
your strength
So
modifier.
9.
You said acrobatics or what?
Acrobatics or athletics.
He still beats me either way.
Ooh. You are now officially grappled by Brolog. As Anubisai begins to speak in Sylvan, eventually she stops, the matriarch responds with a very hissing tone in Sylvan. You see Anubisai say something with a bit more gusto behind it, lifts the helmet up. There's a series of hisses, motions around from the elite guards around. Anubisai speaks again. This time it sounds very declarative. The matriarch angrily hisses and growls as several of the guards around move again. Some of them begin to start getting weapons into a readied position, getting more on guard and ready for whatever's going to happen.
Brolog releases Demon Eye, takes out his axe.
I start glowing.
I'm taking flight. I don't know. How tall's the ceiling? I guess I should ask that first.
The ceiling's about 15 foot.
I'm flying as close as I can. Although it doesn't really mean anything against these guys technically, but it's my move.
Everyone except for Anubisai, give me some perception checks.
22.
4.
22,
18.
4, 18,
10.
10.
22.
Yep. Zorai, before you take flight, and Eulandriel, you're the only two who notice this and see this. In this moment of angry growling and hissing from the matriarch, you notice that the helmet Anubisai is holding out, there is small amounts of metallic growth coming from the bottom of it. Very small amounts. There's... Eventually the matriarch replies in Sylvan again. Anubisai says something else. More hisses, more reactions from everything and everyone around. There's silence as the matriarch looks around, sees her guards in the positions, and stands up, moves closer to Anubisai. Actually, no, she stands up, turns to her right, releases Steve, who comes flying at you, Sarai, in the air, and starts circling you, giving you hugs and these wonderful little pseudo-dragon kisses on the face, and licking you up
I'm
and
grabbing
down.
him and we're rolling on the ground. We're rolling on the ground while
You're
this is
flying
happening.
up,
Like,
so you can roll in the air and then hit the
we're
ground.
rolling in the air. My wings are on my back. We're rolling in the air. I'm so
Rolling
happy. I
in
don't
the
even
air.
care what's going on. I'll roll something if you want me to.
No,
I'm
don't
rolling
bother,
in the air
because
with them.
The more important thing is after that happens, she walks up to Anubisai and takes a knee. And the rest of the Harpies also take a knee.
Brolog begins to laugh.
I don't even care. I don't know what's going on. I'm still rolling. I'm
You're
happy.
more
I'm
distracted
a boy.
about Steve being with you instead.
Exactly.
at
I
that
don't
point.
even notice anything else going on.
Eventually, the matriarch stands up, looks at the rest of you and says, I will have scouts accompany you wherever you're going. Where are you headed next?
Neutra, I believe.
I'm gonna look at Anubis like, and I'm just gonna whisper, "Are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, we've already been drawing a lot of attention to ourselves. I really don't think
They will only go with you
Harpies
as
is
far as
gonna."
the deep forest. From there, you will have to find
Okay.
your way on your own.
They're just going to escort us out of the forest.
Cool. Never mind. I strap my halberd on my back and I'm like, you guys ready?
You will also see me give them the helmet.
She takes the helmet, and on behind her there was this skull of this great beast. She removes the skull and then puts the helmet up where it was.
Burlock continues to laugh and then starts trumpeting in triumph.
I can't do that.
So I'll walk back to Braspidus and say, they will escort us out of the forest. I would suggest we leave.
Yes, I agree. Let's just go. Let's get out of here. I'm done with this place.
Where are we going?
Got Steve. Neutra.
Can I roll to see if I notice while I'm rolling around with Steve if I see him put the skull into something that was already there made for the skull?
It's pretty obvious that she's doing that.
Everybody knows that.
And if you didn't notice it when you're done rolling around with him, you would notice it.
I'm with Steve. We'll let it pass for now.
So the matriarch looks to her right towards one of the other harpies and says something in Sylvan, so only Anubis understands. Escort them to the edge of the forest, the east side.
She does that, the harpy does that, and I'm
No,
like,
no, that's just me. Because I never get that right. I
no,
always
I
mix
like,
up
to,
east
I
and
like to
west.
believe it's the harpy. I like to believe it's she's even confused by these woods.
We will have more to discuss Braspidus once we're out of the forest.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Praspidus proceeds to climb down. He's ready to go.
Braspidus
Steve
is
and I
eager.
erupt through the window, just flying around, just doing our usual, just like kind of chasing routine.
There are no
And
windows.
because he's that the door or whatever we came in. Sorry,
Trap
I don't know
door
why I
at the
called
bottom.
it a window.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a trapdoor. Okay, yeah. So I just bust through. I don't even
You're in
care
a
what's
tree.
there.
Break
I'm out the tree. I'm out the tree. However, I gotta get out the
Yeah,
tree
yeah,
there,
yeah.
JP.
No, I'm just, trapdoor, tree.
I
tree.
pictured
It's
it a
like
little bit
tree
different. I
house.
just picture like a hole in the tree, like where there's a door where you just fly in. Okay, but that's fine. We go out, however, we got to get out, and then we're just chasing each other.
Burlock
Following
takes his
Parapetus.
sweet time, just laughing the whole time. Whenever Anubis starts to walk back, Burlock claps her on the shoulder and just says, "Good one." Just laughs the whole time, all the way down.
Perfecto. Okay. So you're heading out the forest. You are currently about at this point. And you are wanting to go to Neutra, which is over here. Which the map, the people who are watching cannot see. This is Neutra. What path would you like
That's
to
Neutra.
take?
Straight and narrow.
Look, how are you doing this? How are you traveling?
That's on you, Percy. You're
I
the
guess we
leader,
could
and
go-
even as I'm annoying, you're the leader.
I guess we could go through Yark.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Go up and
It's,
around this little bend here.
Why not get kicked out of another town?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Actually, let's avoid all towns on the way.
What? You don't want to get kicked out of another town?
I want to argue that point because I need to. I like the town. I want to go to the town.
Well, we're
I don't know
definitely
how you
going to
want to do this.
Nutra.
No, I know we're going to Nutra, but that's far. That's really far. I don't know if I can make it that long. I'm gonna be at least once we get like within 15 miles. I'm gonna be trying to convince the party to go into it. Sorry, that's what I do.
We're going to be more than 15 miles away from it, no matter which direction we go.
I know. I'm just saying, like when we get anywhere near it, I'm gonna be trying to convince the party to go there. I don't know how you want to do this. We can RP it. We can roll. I'm down for either.
It
For
would
now,
probably
which-
still benefit us to go to Yark, to be honest, because supplies.
Yeah, probably.
We may need them by then.
Me and
So
Zora
we're
will
gonna-
just stay in the woods.
Say what now?
You
You heard me.
Yeah,
Oh, so we are about to be rolling.
that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Brillianto. So from where you're at to the water sides, depending on where you're going.
How
it's
are we
either-
going to forge that river? I think we should probably go up and above.
Yeah, and we want to avoid Mardrim because we didn't leave there on good terms.
Marjoram. Okay, so you're going up and around the
Yeah.
the Marjoram River.
Mm-hmm.
Brillianto.
How are you doing the...
Right click.
Yeah, I don't know
so
how he does it. Oh,
left
yeah.
click
Oh,
and then
right-click.
right click, and you'll get an extension
Okay,
like
okay.
that. Nice, cool. Hey, good job, you land. So it takes a few days
That's what we're doing.
to travel up there, but because you've got the Harpies escorting you, there no encounters of any kind. It'll take 3 days to get up to that point. So this day, well, actually 2.5 days, because you've still got just under half a day of travel on this day. So for that, I need, let's see, let's have your Londriel and Anubisai. Give me flat d20 rolls.
16.
18.
Nice. Nice.
16. Okay. So for the first day, the day that you're finishing, it does appear to have been a shorter day. Not by much, but it was shorter. You do have to take camp early on. And then for the second day...
I'm good to restore my HP, considering
Yes,
we got.
you can go ahead in D&D Beyond, go ahead and click that long rest button. Because you're definitely getting some long rest inside this, so you can restore everything. For that 16 for your second day...
18.
This is for the 16 for your Londriels.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The day is much shorter. It's definitely a shorter day. It appears it's going to be... From your day and a half of travel left, you're closer to the port. You're about a day and 2/3 now travel. You've got more time. You have to camp early on. As for the 18, normal day.
Nice.
Oops, 2.
Can I do like 2 rolls for arrow sticks?
Yeah, go ahead. And that time frame, those days it takes for you to get to that top of that river. Give me 2.
I got 10 and 15.
10 and 15. The first one you find 1 stick you might be able to use.
Stick.
As for the second one, you find 2 in your travels.
So 3 in total. Gotcha.
3 in
Thank you.
total. Towards the end of that last day, you get to an area where the forest begins to open up more. The canopy starts to open up, sunlight comes down, and the Harpies look at you and say, "This is where we depart. Good luck on your travels." And they look at the rest of you and then finish by viewing Anubisai and giving bows while they back away and then fly off.
Where's that? Is it like right here? Or the edge of the
That
forest?
is, no, up here. Boop, 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 boop,
Oh,
boop.
I was on my spot. But right here. Okay, so where I was thinking. Okay, yeah, got you. Right, we're
Boop, 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 boop.
and that was 2 days it took us to get to that point, right?
It took you the rest of that first day and then 2 full days, and you're almost. Oh, I need one more then, actually. Brolog, give me another just straight d20 roll.
10.
10.
Team.
Okay. After the Harpies depart, it looks like. It feels like the day's going to be a normal day. Because you've been traveling for 6 hours so far, and the sun is where you typically would expect it to be for a normal day. You've still got a few hours of travel that you can do.
Cool.
After that,
Steve and I are celebrating on the day, like the day of us getting back together. We're drinking hard. We're finishing our stash.
finishing the stash. Yeah, you're all fairly used to Zorai's drunkenness. There might be a point where either Anubisai or Brolog have to carry Zorai because he got too drunk to fly and kept running into trees.
Yep, it's gonna have to
If
be
this
Anubisai or
happens,
Brolog because it's not.
Prologue will be dragging them.
I'll carry Steve, but
Yeah.
Steve's just resting over your shoulder, going.
I'm like, it is very inhumane to give a pet alcohol out
Yeah.
loud to no one
That's
in
bad.
particular.
Fuck it, I'm passed out.
Okay, so you are traveling to Yark, correct?
Yark.
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 Why did I name it?
Oh, you just keep lining it up, and I'll keep knocking them out of the park,
Regretting
Sir Murray.
It's a series of regrets. It's going to take roughly 4 days. Just over 4 days to do.
Cool.
It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, percentages have changed. In which case, I need more rolls. For the first day, Zorai, give me a roll.
That look was not good.
I'm muted. 4.
4.
It looked like a 14 for a second just because the way it was orientated, but it was just a 4 straight up. I was upset.
This day is longer.
Oh, now I'm just confused.
This day is longer than the others have been so far, and you get more travel done in the time frame. Your laundry all. Well, during that night, are you all doing any watches?
I'll take middle of the night watch. So I'm a night owl.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Can I see if I can find any like stones that I don't have the tools to make them into arrowheads, do I?
You have Tinker's tools. You bought Tinker's tools in Marjorie.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna try to find some stones first. Like if you, just today, just find some stones, and then next day I'll go to look and make them into like arrowheads.
Try to
Prologue will take the third watch.
third watch.
Just
Okay.
nature. So nature check was 12 for finding stones.
For finding stones. You find, in that first day, you just find one. One you might be able to whittle down easily.
Okay, and then before the night's over, I want to try and if I'm gonna take a watch one of the ways just
Okay.
to make sure I keep checking.
So-
trying to make a arrowhead while I'm doing
And you
it.
could take first watch for that then. We'll do that. Anubis, well, I believe you'll be watching the entire time frame, so let's go for that first watch. Zarai, also give me you're not proficient with Tinker's tools. It's going to be just a generic intelligence check.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. You
I'm
break the
a
stone.
big- Damn.
You hit in just the wrong spot and it breaks in half.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And what's your perception for the watch?
Perception. This 10.
10. Okay. Nothing particular happens. Rolo. I think you said you'd. Oh, who's taking second watch? You, Andrea, that's right.
Andrea, yeah.
I don't wake anyone up. I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Just
I'm
so
11.
that changes anything.
If Zarai's not waking anyone up, Anubis, are you waking your Andrea up?
My eyes bolt awake because I want to be up.
To say, he stated he was taking second watch, so I'll wake him up.
Okay. Then what are those perception checks?
11. Oh, the edging of those dice.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
10.
Those dice are edgelords. 10. Okay, nothing in particular. Final watch.
Prologue rolled an 18.
Nice.
An 18.
I'm consistent, at least.
You are consistent. That's good.
11.
11. Prologue, you see a bunny rabbit. A friendly little bunny rabbit with a horn sticking out.
Could I smell the bunny rabbit? Did it smell like a bunny rabbit?
Mm.
From what you can tell, I mean, if you try to approach it, it's going to run away. Well, it runs away when you try to approach it, but with your senses, when you get to where it was, it smells like a bunny rabbit.
Okay. Prologue does not care about bunny rabbits.
Morning rolls by.
Heck yeah.
Precipitous.
Precipitous is going to want to do something around the point in which we reach the Puth Mountain area.
Perth
Perth
Mountain.
Perth Mountain area. So yeah, whenever we reach around that area, he's going to want to start like checking in the herbalism book and looking around areas for herbs to see whether or not there's similarities between what's in the book and what's found around the general area. Specifically looking in the mountainous region herbs.
Okay. Give me a nature check. Before that, though, give me a straight D20 roll to see how the day's going to go.
$18 for that straight D20.
18.
And I got a dirty 20 on my nature roll.
So for the course of the day as you travel, the sun very quickly begins to dissipate and set in the time.
Getting real tired of it. I say out loud to no one in particular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep looking for stones if that's all right.
Okay. Give a roll, but hold the roll until I get through with what Paraspetus rolled. There are a few herbs and plants around in the natural area that appear to be not the exact same, but similar. That perhaps maybe they might have the same principles. Go ahead and pluck a few. Go ahead and add into your inventory Andrean herbs. And Zorai, what was that roll?
11.
11. You find another stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Make it into an arrow, and I rolled another 11 for it.
So you won't be able to do that until you're standing still. Right now you
Okay.
are
Oh,
traveling.
we're moving. We're
You are
traveling.
moving.
Okay.
Yeah. However, the sun does set after only 4 hours of travel. It's adding
now I'm
another
gonna
day
try.
to your. It's adding another day to your travel. So instead of taking 4 days, it'll take 5 days total to get to Yark, because you've lost enough time of traveling.
Yark.
Yark.
Ark.
Wait, I actually rolled an 11 again, so
11
I rolled
again.
an 11 to try to make an arrowhead.
You get a little ways into the progress. Excuse the dog, he likes to talk. But you get a little ways into the progress. It's not complete yet, but you're doing good work on it.
Partially there. Okay.
Partially there.
Gotta
As
figure
for
out
the
how to put
night,
that into TMP bot.
Oh,
as for the night, who's doing watch? Brolog on third watch,
Yes.
Not gonna take a watch tonight.
Braspitus on first. Okay. Anyone taking a second watch?
Nope.
I will quickly, but the situation we talked about before the stream is happening,
Go
so
for it.
I'll give you the roll
Give me
real
that
quick.
roll. Yep.
15.
Okay. For the first watch, Praspitus and Anubisai, give me some rolls.
10.
10 and a 16.
16, yeah.
Anubisai, there's something moving in the woods. You can't see it, but there's something moving out there.
Show yourself.
There is no reply.
I'll come stand next to Anubis Eye and keep my hand on my sword, but not draw it yet.
I think we're being followed again, but I'm not sure who, and I'm not sure if it's Needles.
Okay.
But
Is
I'm
it
not
similar
going to go
to...
chase at it either.
That wouldn't be wise. I guess we'll just have to keep our eye on it.
Try to. Not taking any other action.
Okay. Moving on to second watch. Seeing as our eyes made this a thing, Praspitus, are you waking up your Laundrio?
Oh, absolutely. And even though he's not currently at the chair, I will let him know that Anubis Eye is noticing that we are being followed, or at least seem to be possibly being followed. So keep an eye out. But he's not at the chair right now, so.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Anubis Eye, give me a perception.
11.
11. For this portion of the night, you don't hear anything. Third watch, Prologue, and
9.
Anubis Eye. 9. Ooh. 2. You all definitely don't see anything during that. The morning comes by, though, and you see no sign and hear no sign of whatever it was that was making noise during the night. As for the day travel, Brolog, give me a straight d20 roll.
Luckily, my girlfriend showed up as soon as I got outside, so I was like, here's the dog. I gotta go.
11.
11.
7,
Okay.
11?
Yark.
Nah. Yark. Oh, that's going to become a thing.
Yarg.
I need to rename my towns.
I got it, Jippy.
No, you can't do that.
Brolog's gonna get some
No,
rations
no,
on.
not for that.
We got a couple
Oh,
of bots
thank
in the chat
Yeah.
if you want to.
Nah, he's got it.
Cool.
Silly bots. Go away. There's another one.
There's 2?
There were 2. I got the other one.
Oh, you got me.
Okay. During the course of this day, give me some perception checks.
How many you want? Just one from each of us? 19.
Just one from each.
Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. Oh, it's a 21.
13 for Brolog.
13, 21, 19,
8.
8.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Seem to be rolling that a lot today.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
I don't know what you're panicking about at all.
Yeah, 'cause you're still trying to figure out it is what we're panicking about.
Are we north of the Ark yet, or are we still in the
You are
mountains?
still, so if you're looking at the mappy map, you're about
Yeah.
at, oh, that's not my dinger. You're about this point.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Who rolled higher than a 17?
I did.
Okay, Anubisai and Brolog.
And me.
Well, Anubisai and Brolog, you don't see
my bad.
anything. As for the other 3 of you, let me just move you to a place. Go ahead
I hope
and
it's hungry.
go ahead and position yourself where you would be.
Oh no. I'm guessing there's like a campfire right in between us.
No, you've been traveling for a bit. You've been walking.
Marching.
Oh,
You've been
marching.
Yeah, this would be marching order.
Which way are we going? Which way are we headed?
You are heading southeast.
Okay, so then we'd be headed
More
this way.
southeast east or southeast east. Not that far. Unless you're doing a forward position. Zarai. Okay. So, Sarai, as you're flying up, your Londriel, you would see this as well as Paraspatis, because you all rolled that high up enough. But as you get to the trees, Sarai, as you're flying through, because you're always flying, that's just general assumption at this point,
Till we break his wings.
there is this low guttural growl that comes from the tree. And you take a look, and you see this, as far as which
Oh,
tree you're
no.
talking about, this one right here. You see this strange cat. Large, maybe a little smaller than a horse, but it looks very cat-like, and it's got these tendrils that go sticking from its shoulders out back, going up, and you notice that it's got these extra arms and limbs moving down its middle. It's got 6 limbs in total, and it growls, and you swear it's almost smiling. This is the point where I say go ahead and roll initiatives.
May I make a quick check to see whether or not I've studied this beast yet?
Quick question. Because my perception... You go first, but because my perception was so high, I have a question. Sorry.
I want to cast Speak with Animals if I can as a reaction.
This is considered a start of combat. You don't have any reactions. I judge that off of where you put your characters. You put it right next to this thing. So you are rolling straight into combat.
Okay.
Okay. So I have no time, even with my 21 perception, to do this thing. Let me read it off. Where is it? Vigilant Blessing. As an action, you give one creature you touch, including myself, advantage on the next initiative roll. This benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use this feature again.
You
Do I
rolled
have
a
time?
22, right?
21 perception.
21. Okay, your perception, you see a different one beforehand. You see a second
Okay.
beastie off to the left over here.
Can I do that then to give myself advantage on initiative?
What kind of
Do I have
range
the
is
time?
that? What kind of range is it?
It's touch, so I just
It's-
have to touch myself.
So you're touching yourself. So you're giving it to yourself then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Then yeah.
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
You've
Yep.
got just enough time for
You're
that.
touching yourself, Elandriel?
Every day.
No,
He's a rapper.
Every
When I
day,
think about
buddy.
you, I touch never mind.
Do you guys want to take a break before we get
Yes.
fully
So
into
let's
combat?
Yeah,
get
that's a good
into
point.
let's
Get initiatives.
give
Let's
me
get that done.
give me a second
Yeah.
to write down the initiatives.
Can I
Let
tell
him
you my
call it
check
out.
quickly?
For a
have a
history check
perception.
off of your just
'cause it
generic
wasn't very
general
good.
knowledge, you can.
I didn't roll very
I
well.
would say, because of your Landriel's perception, he had enough time to be able to do something with more significance. Yours is just more remembering. You're not casting anything. You're not doing anything. You didn't roll well enough to be able to cast like a bonus action thing. Your Landriel, was that a bonus action or an action?
It was an action.
It was an action.
So I used an action.
I don't think he would have enough time for an action. A bonus action, maybe.
Let me double check. Yes, as an action. Okay, well, either way, the highest roll was the first roll I made, so doesn't matter.
Okay, keep that. What is your roll for the knowledge? It's
Yeah, I'm just checking to see if
History.
I recognize what this
Yeah.
is.
history.
From what I've
history
studied. And it was
or
an 11.
knowledge? An 11? You don't.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah,
what
I
this
didn't think
creature
so.
is. So, let's move down the listy here. Zorai,
14.
14. Yolondriel,
17.
17. Praspitus.
I rolled a natural 1.
So, total up
Oh!
I got 3.
3.
I did it in. It was the first roll I made this game in D&D Beyond too. So
Oh, D&D Beyond loves you. Anubisai.
10.
10 and Brolog.
14.
14.
Dex 1.
Oof. Whoa. That's interesting. Hey, Praspitus. What's your dex?
2.
Sweet. Roll again.
Here we go.
I just keep rolling the same number.
Am I rolling initiative again or just
You're rolling,
Yeah.
you're rolling
Just
initiative
roll a
again
D20,
to
yeah.
see who goes first in
First.
that initiative tracker.
Is you guys tied twice,
10?
10? Okay.
and you lost it.
Alright, so when we return, your Londriel will be going first. Oh, Zorai and Brolog. Oh, Zorai, you have a higher
Oh,
dex than
100%.
Brolog. I know that for
100%
a
I do.
fact. Yeah.
Prolog's not much into dexterity.
Suck my dex, Prologue.
Suck my
Charity.
But before we jump into this wonderful combat, we are actually going to go to break. We'll be back in 10 or so minutes. During that time frame, consider clicking that little subscribe button. You know, giving us
Yes.
your Twitch,
Twitch Prime.
Prime. It's free for you to do that. Why not click it?
Let
Just
us-
takes a
You know,
couple of clicks.
And if
you
it's
know.
not now,
Benefits
let me just adjust. If it's not now, once it returns after however many days it is that you Twitch Prime to someone else for their subscriber info or any of that, consider us.
Yeah, consider us in
We're a
future.
small group. It would make us. It helps us to make our stream look better for you. That's
the
where
goal.
all the money's going. It's
Quality
all
into the
better
stream.
for you. It doesn't go to us. It goes to you.
100%. Also, the sounds and the music that you're listening to during all of this is done by Michael Ghelfi. We have a lot of Michaels here. We love the name. It's a wonderful name,
Five of
and
them.
everyone who has the name Michael is a wonderful human being.
Well,
Well,
let's not be too
That's,
broad on that.
that's debatable right there. Like, come
we're
on.
gonna go to break,
I know a
everyone.
couple
We'll see
mics.
you in a few minutes
I know
here.
quite a few mics.
Bye.
And we're back! Straight into combat. Let me just mute that so I don't get any feedback going on there. The one creature that you see, except for actually... Yeah, Yolondriel, you're going first. So, with your higher perception, the one that you saw extra is over to the left. Let me just zoom out a little bit, so...
I don't see him at a 19.
Oh no. That's so far away.
Wait, did you get a...
No, I don't. I rolled a 19.
No, you don't. I don't think you see that one. You see this one, Zarai.
Yeah.
But Yolondriel is the
yeah.
only one who saw this one. He got the highest on that perception. So, Yolondriel, it is your turn. You are up first.
A question of clarification. The prologue and Anubisai, do we see these things yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Not just yet.
Okay, I am going to...
Let's move it over like this. There we go. One there.
Okay, I'm going to use Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary. As an action, I present my holy symbol, and a sphere of twilight emanates from me. The sphere is centered around me, 30-foot radius. It is filled with dim light. The sphere moves with me, and it lasts for 1 minute, or until I become incapacitated or die. I either grant temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus my cleric level, or I end one effect on any creature in the sphere. So, I am going to give you guys hit points.
Are we all? That's individual 1d6, right?
That's just one.
Yeah, well, I'm going to roll for it.
It's 1d6, which gets added to everyone. He just rolls it once. Zorai, you are not within the circle. So you do not get this. No, 20.
Oh.
And no, you are not.
It was 20? I thought it was 30.
It's 20.
Are you... Is it 20?
I thought you said
it's a
20.
30 foot.
It's a 30 foot?
He said 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
30.
Then that's my bad.
Gotcha.
I misunderstood. Let me fix
It's
that.
6 on that health, so plus my cleric level is 10 temp hit
10
points
to each
for
person.
each of my boys.
Still not close enough. If you are not within that blue circle,
Scrub.
if you are not within that blue circle,
Yep. It's one of those things where a sphere is never exactly...
yeah, sphere is never exact.
Yeah,
if you are not within that blue circle, you do not get this 6 temp hit points.
If you walk into this, though, you do get it. So... Because they can enter in and get it as well.
Okay.
They don't have to start when it begins, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And do they only get it when they're in that circle, or do they get it and does it last when they exit the circle?
It's only when they're in my circle.
Okay.
Yeah, so only when they're within 30 feet of me. So that's going to be kind of...
Perfect.
Yeah, that's why.
And just for clarity, I've always treated this as going against my immutable form, so I don't get it.
Okay. Cool. I'm good with that. All right, that was your action. You still have a bonus action and movement.
But well, I'm not going to move a step, and I'm pretty sure... Actually, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus action.
Is that two? That the cleric one was an ability you used, right?
It's Channel Divinity, so that's a cleric thing.
Cleric.
Yeah. Yep. So Shield of Faith on myself. So now I have 17 AC. Keep that in mind.
AC. Okay, and that is a concentration. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
You are concentrating. Anything with your movement?
Nope. I relinquish my turn.
In that case, Zorai, it's all you.
Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get inside that circle.
Okay.
Let's go right here. Actually, let's go to this side. Is that still in, technically?
Technically, yes.
Okay. I'll move Steve right here. That was 5 and 15 for me. So I'm gonna take those hit points, and then I'm just gonna straight up attack. I'm gonna just. I know we talked about this. So I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this guy from here,
I don't do that.
and then I'm gonna roll to attack.
Okay. As you take a look at this creature, you realize that it almost looks like there's 2 of them. You're not sure entirely which one to aim at, so your attack roll is at disadvantage.
And all of your stuff just stacks damage.
Had to be a disadvantage.
It doesn't give you advantage.
Yeah, so I'm at, what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at an 8.
At an 8,
Because I'm at disadvantage.
the image, you choose one to shoot at, and you release the arrow, and it just goes right through.
I'm done. Actually, no, I'm going to 5, 10, 15. Move there and move Steve here as well.
And how far off the ground are you flying?
About 20 feet.
20 feet?
Where I usually 20 feet is going to be my medium, unless other things prohibit it.
Okay.
Oh, so now you want to hide behind me.
I'm flying back because I'm a ranger. It's what I normally try to do, but really haven't had the opportunity to do.
All right, that is your bonus movement and action. Brolog, it's you.
I assume Burlock sees the arrow happening towards
Yes.
whatever this creature is.
You feel this rejuvenation, like this movement of health, and you see the arrow launch off. And when you look up, you see this large black cat-like creature standing in on one of the branches. Bit of a lower branch, but it's still in the tree.
Just so you know,
It's in the tree.
It's in the tree.
Okay.
It is roughly 15 feet off the ground.
Okay. In that case, Burlock will move to this location, take out his axe, and just be in a position of preparedness.
Preparedness. Okay.
can't.
Is that the end? Brillianto. And Ubasai.
The end.
No movement.
The end.
The end.
You said we could skip our turns down,
No.
right?
You can
We
you
can
can
do that.
hold an action. So either one of you two, if you're just going to stand there, you can hold an attack roll. So if they get close enough, they attack, that you attack
okay.
them. But
Burlock would like to do that.
okay,
Yep, sounds good.
You can still swallow down the wrong tube. You can't move, right? With that, like
you
it
cannot,
has to, like
it's not
that. Your
movement.
entire
You're preparing your action for like an attack or something.
so you can't move and then do that. Okay,
So you can move. It's just you're
Okay.
holding your action.
I
not
didn't
your
know
movement.
that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gonna center it a bit more. That being the both of you, it is them. I cannot move them with that mouse. This one hops out of the tree. Let me check about some movements. Oh yeah, it's got plenty of movement.
Prologue. Such a fine choice.
Goes there.
Ah.
This one. Do. Yes. This one runs up
good
here.
kitty cat. What an adorable little girl.
So,
I was
this
just like, I'll keep it zoomed in.
top one, your Londriel, by where you're at. The cat leaps out of its tree, runs up, and it's using all 6 of its legs and limbs and moves forward towards you. Kind of gets behind the group. And then the one by you, Brolog, gets forward. You ready yourself to attack. And then one of the tendrils on its back darts forward, hitting you before it's within range. So it is attacking you. It has a 10-foot range for attacks.
Tentacles on the back.
Tentacles on the back. Ah, that is only an 11 to hit. No. It's a good thing it's got 2. As for the second one, ooh.
Prologue.
That's a
Raged,
20.
right?
He did
I
not.
did not rage.
That is
Oh.
a 25 to hit.
That hits me.
That one hits. Alright. It's 5. That's another. Okay. Oh, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of piercing as this tentacle hits you for a total of 11 points of damage.
Is that after the halving?
It is not halved because you are not raging. It's only halved when you're raging.
Okay, cool. For 11, so there goes my temporaries.
Oh, right, yeah. Where you at? 49 normally. 6 goes down to 0, so 5 more maths.
It was 10 hit points. It was a 10 extra.
I have been muted this whole time. Sorry.
It was 10
He
external?
rolled a 6, like that
Yes.
was the dice.
So there's
it was
other
10
stuff
external,
added
so
to
he
that.
only takes 1.
Okay.
Should be I just lost one of my regular.
Yes, one of your regular. Just one.
Cool.
Everyone else got that. Okay. All right, that is their turn. Paraspatus.
Did you just say me?
Yes.
Why do I feel like
You cut off
someone
for a
hasn't
second.
gone yet? Oh no, he.
Elandriel went, Brolog went,
uh,
Zorai went,
yeah.
and Anubisai went.
God.
Yeah, everyone did.
I thought Yolandriel hadn't gone yet, cause. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and. Oh, this is interesting. We're gonna have to get closer. We're gonna go ahead and step right here. And attack.
Okay. At disadvantage,
Yep.
as this creature is also seeming to kind of shift between two places at the same time.
And we are, of course, doing this with two hands.
Okay, versatile. Good, good.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible. I rolled a 1.
That's an automatic miss.
Yeah.
So you miss.
A natural 1, by the way.
Yes.
Like, rolled a 1 on the die.
Yeah, that is an automatic miss. So you swing at this creature and just. You completely misjudge the distance between you and it and miss any of its forms. Okay, anything with your bonus?
No.
No.
It's okay. I missed you, Percy.
Then it
I have no bonus actions I can use right now.
swings back around to Elandriel.
Well, for this round, I'm just gonna swing at it because I'm within range.
You sure are.
So I'm gonna try and get it like right at the neck. I'm gonna like swing around and try and like catch it.
Catch it. Okay, give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
15. Not terrible.
15. That hits.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Quick maths. 14.
14 points of damage. Okay. As you hit this creature and you deliver this, definitely a good cut along one of its legs, it growls out and shrieks with a moment of pain, then looks at you and begins to growl even further. The image, as it kind of shifts between when you hit it, stops and solidifies into one creature.
Okay, I'm gonna look right at it, and I'm gonna say, "Well, there you are," and I'm gonna wind up for another swing, and then end my turn because I've got nothing else to do.
Nothing else. All right. Means it moves back to Zorai. Around to Zorai.
Right. I'm just gonna roll up for another attack on him. On the one I was with my hunter's mark. This guy right
With
here.
Mark. Okay.
Yep.
Go for it.
9.
9 does not hit.
All right. So then I'm gonna take Steve. Let me check the measuring real quick. We're right here to hit, right?
That would be in his space, but you're flying, so remember your. Yeah.
You know, I gotta remember the down, but that's just like if I went down the
Yes.
15 feet to hit him. Okay, so
Yes.
that's 30. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, wrong section. Do that, and I'm going to roll for I think it's the poison attack.
The sting.
The sting.
Okay.
Correct.
Roll an attack at disadvantage.
That 20 off the rip, and I don't get to use it. And an 11 plus 4 to hit, so 15.
15, that hits.
All right, so 1d4 plus 2, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
It rolled a 6 on its con save.
He failed. He takes 4 points of piercing damage and is poisoned for 1 hour. And he rolled for 6.
He rolled a 6, so above 5.
So he failed. He failed by 5 or more. So he's
Oh,
unconscious until he takes
He's-
damage or another creature awakens it.
Oh,
Incapacitated.
All right, and I'm gonna
Nice.
have him move right back to me because that's 60 and he has 60.
Let's see, what should we do as the incapacitated? We'll do that one as that.
And then
you see-
as this happens, I'm like, yeah, go Steve. Guys, the other one first.
Remember, it also makes its no, it's asleep until someone else, and that's for how long?
It's done until someone else. It's for an hour.
For an hour. Okay, and there's no additional saves for that.
Nope, it's just unconscious. So unless there's another creature that wakes it
Okay,
or someone damages it.
asleep till then. Perfect.
Which will be
That was
Brolock next
unfortunate.
turn.
Right, you see Steve come in
Steve's
with
back
this
with a vengeance.
great old sting. It goes through that illusionary form and finds and strikes home. You hear it going "Ow!" with a bit of a small shriek of stinging pain, but then the form shifts into one, moves a little bit, and collapses to the ground as it falls asleep. That being Zarai, it's to Brolog.
Don't do it, you son of a bitch. I see that smile and I'm immediately mad.
All right, Brolog, what are you doing?
Brolog rages.
Okay,
Mhm.
Brolog's angry.
And how does the unconscious bit work? Do I automatically hit, or do I roll with advantage?
When you hit, it is an automatic crit, but you still have to roll to hit.
Okay, in that case, Brolog will be
It wakes him.
recklessly attacking. Reckless
Oh,
attack
you
on this
son
bro.
of a whore.
Cleave it in twain, Brolog. Cleave it in
Brolog
twain.
seeks to cut its head off.
Okay, so you're recklessly attacking, so attack with a advantage.
14.
14 hits.
And if it hits, it's critical, right?
Yes, so
Auto
if it's a hit,
crit.
it's an auto crit, so roll for critical damage.
I don't do that often. Can you run that by me?
Roll your damage dice and multiply it by 2.
Cold. So the die. So just what I rolled.
Just what you rolled.
Okay, so that's 14 plus 5, 19.
19 points of damage.
Come on.
You
Come on.
see this
Hey.
creature fall to the ground, go up to it, see an easy, clean target. Bring your axe up, throw it down. You don't quite get the head, but you cut very deeply into one of its first forearms on its, we'll say, right side. It looks as though you've maybe incapacitated that limb, but it's still got 5 more. And it shrieks in pain as it wakes up. It's 19, that's quick maths. Okay. Okay, that was your
finished.
movement bonus, yep, and action. It goes to Anubisai.
Okay, well, since the great and all-powerful Zara is up here on this one, I'm gonna go to this one and attack.
All right, give me a straight attack roll. No disadvantage. Its shiftiness has gone to the loo.
So that's about a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
25. What?
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice
that's-
too.
That's very nice.
21.
21.
Anubisi's been changing a little bit.
Oh, you know, we
Has been evolving.
killed a corpse cadaver earlier, so
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Okay, anything else with your turn?
Nope. Hopefully, I got its attention.
It definitely shrieks out in pain and starts to growl and look, and it's kind of looking around, looking at its situation, looking at everyone who's in the place. Let's make sure. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Right. That is you. It goes back to them. The one in front of you, Prologue, is attacking you, and the one in front of Paraspis, Eulondriel, and Anubisi is attacking Anubisi. Because that hurts.
Good.
However,
Supposed to.
Eulondriel, as you're seeing it attack, there is a prance as you realize another one has just run straight up next to you.
I audibly go, oh fuck.
Don't worry, Zara, I can handle it.
Prologue.
Prologues first, let's see. Do, 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 do. Hey Zara, it's not you this time. That's an natty 20
Cool.
Cool.
for its first attack. And that is a 24. So
How?
those hit. The first damage is 18 plus. Wait, hang on. Yeah, 40 plus. 18 half to 9 points of bludgeoning and slashing damage as its tendrils slap at you, and the second one is 10 points, so halved to 5. So 9 and 5, 14 total. As for Anubisi,
Yeah.
that is a 20 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah. And a 19 to hit. So you hear Paraspis as you see that one of its tendrils just comes out and slaps Anubisi's arm, and just resounding ping as doesn't look like it hurt, and the other one just whizzes right by. Eulondriel, they are getting one attack off on you. 24.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Okay, I'm
Even
gonna
with
need
a concentration.
concentration. Yeah.
21.
21, you pass in your concentration and take 13 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Ow. Where's my health? 13, you said?
13, yeah. So,
So
your 10
3
is all
without,
gone.
without your 10.
Yeah, just 3 to 34.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 34.
Yeah. Good old 10 hit points, huh?
Yes.
I hate 10 hit points. Right, that is their turn. Means it moves to Paraspis.
So as long as I stay within 10 feet of the one, I'm not provoking an attack of opportunity, right?
That would be correct.
So I can move right here and not provoke an attack of opportunity.
You sure can.
Perfect. I'm going to move right here and attack this one over here that just attacked your Eulondriel.
Okay. Oh, you also notice that at the end of their turn, their forms begin to shift again.
All right, all right, all right. Let's roll at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Already looks bad. Looks like I got a 9.
That does not hit.
Yeah, my other roll was better. And then for a bonus action, yeah, no bonus action this round.
Okay,
That's it.
that's you. Moves up to your Londriel.
Okay. Well, this thing made a mistake getting in touch distance of me. So I am going to immediately inflict wounds.
All right, that is a spell attack.
Yep.
So remember to add your
Let's see.
spell attack
Mhm.
bonus to that. At
What's my
disadvantage,
spell
also
attack?
remember.
I forget. Yeah, at disadvantage. I forget what my spell attack mod is. I think it's the same as my regular attack, but let me double check.
Your cleric, it should be based off of whatever your spells are done with cleric, which I think is wisdom.
Yep. It's wisdom
So you
plus
add your wisdom modifier plus
proficiency.
your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so 5. 16.
16 to hit.
Somehow I rolled a 18 and an 11. So,
Nice. Okay, 16. That hits.
okay, inflict wounds. What is that now? Hold on, let me double check.
50 die 6.
No, I think it's 3d10, but I'm going to cast it at second level, so that's a 4d10.
Okay. Remember in the future.
In future, tell
Remember
you.
in the future, specify what level you're casting at before
Sorry.
you roll that die.
I would have done that.
What the hell?
Zara, it's not your turn. So yeah, remember to specify that in the future, because if you had missed, would you have specified it? The spell's still cast. You're not a
I would have
paladin with that.
specified it.
Okay.
I would have specified it for sure. Shit. 25.
25 points of, what is that, necrotic?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on one of those, so
Ooh.
the dice got me back for not clarifying that I was rolling it, that I was casting it at second level.
25 points of necrotic damage to this thing. You reach your hand out and just go through that. When you see the illusionary part of it, you're like, I don't care if I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to keep going. You go through it and you manage to touch some flesh, and you hear this shriek and cry of pain as the form shifts into one. On one of its areas, just between two of its limbs, the flesh begins to kind of decay away, open up, and blood begins to start pouring out of it.
So this is what I was thinking. I'm like grabbing the scruff of its neck like it's a cat when you pick it up, you know? I'm just like...
These things, keep in mind, these things are large in size. They are bigger than
Oh, yeah.
Burlock.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Just
Yeah.
touch it. I forgot they're
These
the
things are
size of
big.
a horse.
Yeah,
So
just a little smaller than the size of a horse, but very
I
close
can't,
to.
because I was thinking like tiger. Never mind.
No, they're bigger than that. If they were a tiger, their size on Roll20 would be that.
Ah. Well, that does make sense.
Yeah. Good move. Any movements, bonus action?
No, because I am maintaining concentration. Ooh. So if I just move 5 feet away, is that an attack of opportunity? Even though he's got 10-foot reach? Is it still technically?
Depends on what 5 feet, because keep in mind, you are within range of both of these creatures.
Ah,
Yeah.
So it really
Also,
depends
is
on
that
what
guy
5 feet.
is that guy off? Is that guy off center?
Who?
The one that I had attacked.
No, they're not off center. What do you mean?
okay.
Well, one of them's on
Either
the
way, never
corner, so
mind.
that guy's on the square.
Just think
I-
4 squares for each of them.
It's 4 squares for each. I'm confused at what you're trying to ask.
Maybe I need to re-roll or refresh roll 20.
You might want to refresh your roll 20, yeah. That
Yeah,
is
I end my turn.
okay, Zorai.
Oh yeah, I need to refresh.
Now
roll
it's your
20.
turn, Zorai.
I was using it as a reaction. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, I'm just going to roll for attack on both Steve and I here on this guy again.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll 2 attacks. First one's me, second one's his.
Okay. Remember at disadvantage.
14 for me,
That hits.
and 6 for Steve.
Steve
Rolling that 20 on the
misses.
first one. Second one was not so good. So I
Oh, wait,
hit. So
wait,
that,
hang on. You rolled for yours first. You hit first.
Yep.
His phase ability goes away on your attack because you hit him.
So it's not at disadvantage.
Steve's first roll being that natural 20, that is the one he gets because he doesn't roll at disadvantage.
Okay, so I'll do me first. I have I'll get the D&D Beyond eventually. I have
That's
a extra D6 plus my bow. Alright. Just D8. Eight plus my proficiency, right?
Plus your proficiency.
Plus my dex. Yeah, so
No.
eight-
Damage is just plus the dex modifier, not plus proficiency.
Okay, so
And
11 points of damage from me.
Okay, is that including the mark damage as well?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And then
11
for
points.
Steve, because he crit on his, it was a sting attack. That's
Sting,
just
yeah,
what I
that's-
go for with Steve.
I always
So he
you
crit.
haven't done any of the other attacks with Steve, just the sting. So
Yeah, he's only got the other bite, and I like this thing. It's so much better.
the sting is so
Yeah.
much better.
So the dice roll times 2 plus
Mm-hmm.
the add, so 8 damage from
8 damage,
the
and he
sting,
got
and if
a
you failed the
14 on its roll.
yeah, so he passed. So,
So he
it's
passed.
just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's just not poisoned and is not unconscious, so he takes the full damage. So
Oh, he's
8
still
points
poisoned
of damage.
from the previous time.
Oh, that's okay.
That
Do I need to roll damage for that?
no, poison's a different
Oh,
effect.
okay. Okay. So yeah, so he takes 8 points from Steve.
Yep. Dunsky Dunsky. Is Steve staying above him, near him, or is he
Nope,
using
he's
his
gonna
flyby and moving away?
he's gonna fly by right back to me.
Okay. Okay, good. I did
And
get that.
that's us.
Perfecto. Prologue.
I'm gonna try to make this quick. Somebody's mowing the lawn right outside my window. Prologue will recklessly attack the dude right in front of him. Yeah. Once again, try to chop off his head.
Okay.
Actually, no. I think this time he's gonna go horizontal like this, kind of a bat motion.
Okay. Yeah.
Try to take off the middle of his face.
Middle of the face area. Now remember, his shifting's gone, so you are, if you're doing reckless, you are rolling at advantage.
Cool. We are doing that. 19.
That hits.
And 12 damage.
12 damage. You bring your axe across and you manage to meet the side of his face. It gashes in, brings off, like moves his head to the side and looks back towards you. You can clearly see some of his face bones underneath the flesh just before the blood starts to pool up and pour down his face. This creature's looking a little cut up at this point. It looks injured. That's your turn. To Nubasai.
Hey, I'm attacking. I believe I'm at disadvantage.
Yes.
So, 18.
That hits.
And 18.
Loving those 18s. You stab cleanly into this creature's chest and deal a very grievous wound. This creature is also looking fairly injured. And its shifting has gone away. Let me put that little blocker on it. You will keep hitting my beautiful little beasties. Why do you do this to me? Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Rolls.
This is the way.
Rolls
is
around
the way.
to them. I'm going to do... Well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to roll a d4 for this. Of course. Of course.
That's too many dice. I'm not happy right now.
Okay.
PKT!
Of course.
Total
Come on.
party.
Stop saying of course. Come on, man. You're scaring me.
Right. So,
Another
the one by
20
you,
show up.
Anubisai, is attacking you. The other one's still attacking you, Londriel, and Brolog, you are being
Cool.
attacked as well.
Didn't mean to roll that dice, boys. On D&D Beyond, sorry.
So, Anubisai first. That's only 16. And that's a 20. Your AC is higher than both of those, painfully. Your Londriel. That is a 20.
That hits.
And a 20.
11 concentration.
11 concentration.
Or constitution.
Constitution.
Or constitution for the concentration.
Is 13. So that first attack is 13 points to hit, so you pass that concentration. For the second one, I need another concentration for that as well.
21.
21. Okay, that one passes too. So you maintain your concentration, take 13 on the first one and 11 on the second, so 24 total.
This ain't looking good, boys. I have nothing to heal with.
Don't worry, Zara can save us.
I'm feeling so attacked right now. Like,
And for you, Brolog. Now, because it is poison, it's technically rolling at disadvantage, but because you recklessly attacked, it's rolling at advantage, so it's rolling just a straight roll. Does a 14 hit you? You are
You're
muted,
muted.
but I understood from your lips that was no, it does not. And the second one is a 13. I'm rolling well against your Londriel today, I
That
think.
misses as well.
And misses as well. Those both miss then. Once they have done these attacks, you see their forms again begin to vibrate and shift into multiple places, making it difficult and unclear to which one is the real beast. Paraspatus, it is you. Londriel, you're on deck.
How badly is your Londriel looking?
He looks
I have 10 hit points.
He will not survive the next attack.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and move myself right here
okay.
and cast Healing Word on Yolondriel.
Okay.
But let me just make sure. Let me see. Well, actually, I might need to do a Cure Wounds. Why would I do Healing Word? I can touch him. No, I'm going to Cure Wounds on Yolondriel because I can touch him. So we're going to Cure Wounds, and we're going to cast it as a level 2.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage, but at least I have some extra.
So that's 15 damage to yourself.
Yeah, so I
right?
lose all of my temporary hit points are gone, and I
5
take
wound.
5.
Oh, yep. And how much do you heal our lovely Yolondriel boy for?
And we heal Yolondriel for... Hold on a second. Let me get my dice. Where are you? I'm just going to use it in D&D Beyond. D8. We need how many? Two. Two years. Ooh, that's not too bad.
2d8 plus 2. Don't forget to add your intelligence modifier.
Yes, 12. And then proficiency. So 15 total.
15
Nice.
total.
They always do a 1-for-1 trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's every time we might have to work some things out for that. The glories of a homebrewed race. We'll have to talk about and figure that out, make it more worth. But anything else with your turn? I believe Cure Wounds was an action.
Yeah, Cure Wounds is an action. And I moved, and as my bonus action, I will do nothing because I only took 5 points of damage. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
Round to you, Londriel. Zara, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna act like a actual cleric. And nope, can't do that one. I'm going to cast Aid. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. It is not a concentration, but it is one action, and it lasts 8 hours.
Okay. So, who are you choosing?
I am going to, of course, do Paraspetus.
Okay.
I'm going to do Zarai, and I don't even think Anubis has taken any damage this entire time, so I'm going to go with Prologue.
Sorry. So their maximum hit points increases by 5 temporarily.
By 5. Yeah. And then, yeah, I've got nothing else to do.
All right.
Yeah.
That was your action, no bonus action or movement.
Nope.
Zorai, you're up. Prologue's on deck.
Savior of the universe.
So the guy I'm attacking is moving again, right? Just the same one I have been. Just this guy right here. I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna.
Been moving this whole time. Yeah, they're shifting.
No,
again,
yeah, but
as in
just
the,
just shifting again.
Yeah.
First roll is me. Disadvantage. That is more than 20. I think 22.
22. A disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, that hits. Also, remember to keep track of the arrows that you're shooting.
Yep. I'm doing it on my notes. I'll do it back
Okay,
in there.
cool.
That's number 3. Yes, third arrow. And so it's 1d8 plus a d6 because the hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12 points of damage from me.
12 points as it ceases in its movement.
And I'm rolling for Steve at not a disadvantage.
Not at disadvantage, yeah.
Because it's moving, so that's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right, I'm gonna sting attack, so another con save, and it's D4 plus
Got a
2.
16 for its con save.
I passed. It's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damagios. All right. Assuming it's just the same movement. Steve flying down, stinging,
that's my
flying
bad.
back.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I kind of figured it was going to be the same. It's safe. You don't want to lose Steve again. Not after just getting him back.
And he's not leaving my side.
Okay.
You better not lose Steve again, or I swear.
I swear
We're leaving
more.
him.
I swear.
We're leaving him.
That your turn?
Yep.
All right. Prologue, I believe. Yes, Prologue, you're up. Nubusai. Oh, word.
Whoa.
Instead of muting himself, or unmuting, which he's still muted, and he's thrown us all off on a skew. If you take a look at that wonderfulness. Now we're
It was
back.
bound to happen one
we're back,
time.
we're
It was
back.
bound to
It was
happen
bound to
eventually.
happen one
It
time.
happens.
My
it
apologies.
happens. It's fine. Just makes it comical. moment.
I would like to perceive, Rolla would like to perceive if this creature is sentient.
So you can do that in a few ways. This
Fine.
would take your bonus action to do.
Perfect.
You can do that by a nature check, or an insight, actually. An insight check on it, or a history check to see if you can remember seeing any creature like this before, if you've encountered them before at all.
Okay, we're going to go with insight on
Okay.
this one. Natural 20.
Natural
Awesome.
20 to a total of
20.
20. Okay. It looks, when you in like you this quick movement as it's attacking back at you and trying to retaliate, the way they moved in, how they came from behind, from your side, and from in front, it looks as though they planned this. They're sentient.
Sentient guys. Okay. Okay.
That's not good, boys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if they can plan, they can like open doors now. And that's some Jurassic Park stuff right there.
Clever
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
Nah, we're not at the dinosaur chapter yet. I didn't say that.
Well, that's the dragon.
Yeah, I'm riding a dinosaur by the end of this.
All right, Brolog, what you
I'm
doing?
Fred Flintstoning down
Burlock
the
would like to attempt to cow the cat into submission.
How are you doing this? Describe what Brolog's doing.
Okay, so we're gonna do like this with the axe in one hand. Get those ears out so we can see my tattoos. Trumpet at his face. With a natural downward motion for him to get down and submit to me.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check.
Do it.
This would
Did
take
we
you.
talk about this last time? It's a strength for him.
Yes. We did talk
19.
about this. Intimidation. You're actually doing this at disadvantage because they are hostile towards you and they are sentient.
Okay.
And this is taking your
13.
action to do.
Right.
Okay.
13 is my with disadvantage.
So, when you bring your arms out, you flourish your ears, trumpet out your snout, and get yourself to look real big to this thing that's your size. It looks you clean in the eyes and growls.
Okay. That's Prolog's turn.
All right, Anubisai.
Hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah, well, which one do I
Hey,
use?
2 4s.
So, I'm going to say a 13 is going to miss.
It actually hits. It just barely hits. Their AC
Like
is
these
13.
cats. 19 more.
19 more. I hate math. I love
Math.
math, but I hate
Just
math.
say it's dead. That's good math.
Not yet,
Mhm.
but it is very injured. Not dead yet, but very injured. Anything with your movement?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm turning and facing the other one.
Turning and facing the other one. Okay. This one has lost its shiftiness. Alright, that being Anubisai, it is back around to them. Let me just...
I'm hoping that since I couldn't hit it, I doubt I'll take its attention, but maybe it's seeing how bad I'm beating up its friend.
Okay. So the attack order, it's staying the same. The one that attacked you, Anubisai, is attacking you again. The one that attacked
Yeah.
you, Londriel, is attacking you again. And then Prologue. So Anubisai first. That is a 12. That misses. And that is a 22.
That hits.
That hits.
Yeah, I finally turned my back to it. It can finally hit me.
That is 15 points of piercing and bludgeoning damage, which halved to 7.
Okay.
Your Londriel.
Yes.
Yes. That's a 21 to hit for the first
Yeah,
attack.
that hits. Why do you even ask? My AC 17, Murray. Come on.
I'm sorry. That's a 19 to hit on the second.
Okay. Well, ouch, boys. There goes all those points.
Maybe I'll roll bad.
That's 15 points for the first attack. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. I forget what my Constitution is, actually.
Ooh.
13.
13. You pass on that one. You just needed to beat 10 for that one. And for the second one, that's only 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, well, I'm at 2 HP, boys. Let's go.
I have 2 health. I need another Constitution saving throw for that, though. Or Concentration saving throw, which is Constitution. One of the same, almost.
13. I just rolled 2 11s in a row.
Okay, you pass on that one, too. You maintain your concentration on your spell. Brolog.
No, I didn't reckless attack this time.
Yes. So, actually, let's get rid of that. That little thingy. It is rolling at disadvantage, which I'm pretty sure that's going to be... Yep, so 13... 13? No. Okay. And... Ooh. 18? Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Nah.
8 halved to 4 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage. Oh, to be a barbarian. That is their turn as you see them begin to shift and move in their shapes and forms again. Paraspatus.
All right. Paraspatus. Yeah. All right, well. I'm going to go ahead and use my attack action to spur Anubisai on to go ahead and attack this other one that's been hitting your Londriel. And you get that with an superiority die to your damage.
Okay, so they're at disadvantage. I mean, I'm at disadvantage.
Yes.
And it looks like it hit.
Yeah, with that roll. It's
We've
19.
established a 4, yeah.
4, 13, yeah, 13. That hits. That hits his AC.
So that's 8, 15, and an extra die 8
Yep.
for the superiority.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ouch. So 15?
8,
Cool.
15, 16 actually.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to action surge,
Ooh.
and I'm going to attack the other one.
You are not within range. You will have to move. There you go. Okay.
I don't want it attacking your Andriel from behind.
Attack roll at disadvantage.
Ugh, 9.
9. That does not hit. You miss this creature
Disgusting.
with your sword.
Disgusting.
Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that was everything.
Okay, your Landriel, you're up.
Well,
Zorai's on deck.
I'm just gonna swing at this thing right in front of me.
Okay. Swing
Ooh,
away.
with a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Nine damage.
9 damage.
Rage.
So you swing into it, take a gash. When you take a look as you're swinging, it looks injured. Not as injured per se as the others, but it looks injured.
I'm gonna spit blood out of my mouth and keep staring at this thing.
It keeps staring right back at you.
Ah, come on. You should be staring at me.
That your turn?
Yeah, that's
So-
everything I can do.
Okay, Zorai, you're up. Prologue on deck. Zorai is muted.
I'm gonna
Come on
start
now.
with Steve first this time. I'm gonna have him attack the same guy we've been attacking with the sting attack right here.
Okay, disadvantage.
I'm gonna move him down. Yeah, disadvantage.
Yep.
I rolled a 5 twice. It's 9.
Misses.
And then I'm gonna move down to here, which is 25 feet with going down, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on. That's your Angelo right here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm
You
gonna
can't
cast
tell
Cure
from the
Wounds.
images? Come on, man.
Come on, but
There's a lot on there, and I got a lot going on. All right, leave me alone. But I got picked right, didn't I? All right, screw up.
At what level
So
are you
that's,
casting Cure Wounds?
I can only do it level 1. I don't have
Level one?
level 2
Okay.
spells right now.
So
So it's 1d8 plus my spell modifier.
Yes.
Which is where'd my 1d8 go? There it is. Which is my wisdom, so it's plus 3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Plus 2. Sorry.
Plus
Plus
2.
2.
Okay.
You take 7 more. You get 7 HP back.
So you were up to
Cool.
9.
And then I know it's this prompts an attack of opportunity if I move here, right?
Yes, it does.
I'm fine with that. Hit me with it.
Okay. It lunges out with one of its tentacles, trying to hit you with a 13.
Doesn't hit.
Wow.
Somehow. Yeah. First time.
I've missed you. There's
First
a
time
first
for
time
everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's-
gonna end my turn.
All right, Brolog, you're up. Anubisai's on deck.
All right. Bro, I gave him the chances.
Good, you are keeping
He
track.
swings the axes
At disadvantage.
with the reckless attack.
Straight roll.
We're just gonna go with the
Chop down.
downward
Okay.
downward slice motion, tried and true. That's a 20. Dirty.
That hits.
Okay. And we will do this amount of damage, which is 17.
17. As you bring your axe down, or before you lift up, there's just a huff of, oh well. Bring your axe up, bring it down, it solidly embeds in the center of its skull, twitches a few times, and then goes limp. It
It
died.
died.
I helped.
Nice.
My death roll.
Brolog trumpets in triumph, and then,
Oh.
Back. Hey. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
and moves over here.
Okay, yeah. That
Brolog
is
finished.
you. Yep. For those who don't know, Yolandriel's having some the dogs is having some dietary issues today. Yolandriel will be right back.
Liquid poops.
Oh, good. You already rolled that percentile die.
Yeah,
'Cause it is close enough.
no effect.
No effect, yeah. Nubisai, it's your turn.
I am attacking
Okie
Which?
dokie.
this this one, not the weak one that was on, but the one I moved to.
Okay.
Since Andrea already hit it, it shouldn't be
Oh, you
phasing
already hit
or
it,
whatever.
actually, yeah.
Oh, I
But it's not
already hit
phasing,
it
yeah.
too.
It is
So
solid.
regular roll.
Straight roll.
Man, I finally
Ooh.
missed.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Yep.
That misses.
Oh well. That's okay. We got Zara here to save us.
Anything with your movement?
Yes. Let's have fun with the party.
Okay. The one that you're moving out of the attack range has not used his reaction, so he does get an attack of opportunity against you.
Mm-hmm.
Only got a 16, so he missed.
Cool.
Alas.
But now we got this guy flanked.
Yes, it is flanked now. And it is
Surrounded.
also their turn. Let's see. Oh, now it's only got 2 options. Yep, that one's got 4. Okay. The targets have shifted. Paraspatis, one of them's attacking you. Brolog, the other one's attacking you.
Ooh.
So, Paraspatis first.
Oh, that was a close call with that dog. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have a sick pup, so.
Yes, poor thing. That first attack roll was only a 12.
That misses.
Misses. Okay. Second one is a 22.
22 will hit.
Alright. You take 10 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage as this thing's tentacle slams into you. As for Brolog, that is a 22 to hit on the first one,
Okay.
and a 13 to hit on the second.
Nah.
Nah. First one hits, though. 12 halved to 6 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Check.
And then this one's form begins to shift and change again. As Paraspatis, it moves back around to you.
All right.
Bless you.
Oh, let's see. Can't do that. I don't really need to right now, anyway. All right, Nubisai.
Hmm?
Go for it again. With
Priority die.
Superior
Yeah.
attack.
Okay. Hit.
Yeah, that one hits. Yeah, just straight roll because you're flanking him.
Yeah.
Poor
Flanking cancels the thing.
Yeah.
15.
Did you remember the superiority D8?
Oh. Plus 15 plus.
Oh.
Again.
16.
All right.
and then I'll just step right here.
Okay. That your turn?
Yep.
Perfecto. Your Londriel.
All right. This thing's flanked, so I'm swinging at that motherfucker.
With advantage too, because he's not shifting either.
Yes. Let's see if I can get better. Nope.
See how it likes it. Come on.
What were your
23.
23? That hits.
I was trying to get better because I was like, come on with advantage. Give me that nat 20. Nope. Just going to roll a 1 tonight. Just going to roll a 1. I really appreciate it.
20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey, that's low for me, because I'm not a scrub. 9 damage.
9 points of damage.
I hit more than that. Steve hit more than that.
Okay.
Your mama hits more than that.
Oh dear.
Yo,
Let's all be loving and caring for
don't you
each other
ever,
now.
don't you ever forget it.
Let's just be nice to each other. I'm just kidding.
That was
honestly.
so.
Anything else with your turn?
Nope, that's it. That's all I can do right now, at
These
least.
guys are looking injured. Zorai, your turn. Brolog's on deck.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark back or over to this guy,
Okay.
one who's not phasing, and I'm 5 feet off the ground right now. Just for your information, I'm gonna have Steve move up here, and he's only got 20 feet to move after. And I'm
Okay.
gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna roll to attack, and then Steve after.
Okay, so you
So
first.
that's
Yeah.
15.
Did you roll?
I'm not at disadvantage because he already got hit.
I know.
And
I'm
he's
trying
flanked.
to. He's flanked. So
14.
did you roll with advantage because he's flanked?
I didn't roll with advantage. Yeah, no. 15.
A 15 that hits.
Okay. That's 8, 66.
That poor dog.
Poor thing.
10.
10 points.
10 points. Yeah.
Praspitus, or not Praspitus, your Londriel, when you brought your halberd around, you managed to cut near one of its veins. It's bleeding and it starts to growl and kind of looks around at its situation, then looks up and an arrow just goes straight into its eye and it collapses on the ground.
I go,
Nice.
oh. And I turn around to look in the direction that came in.
It came from Zarai.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So I give you a nod, and then I turn back around for the other one.
Ooh.
So that was 40.
Good grief.
5,
98?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. It's based on a d6.
Yeah, it's based on a
Go ahead. Just let me know when for Steve.
Go for it.
That creature Steve flew up to is dead.
Yep, so he's got another 20 feet left. He's going to use 10 of it to move right here.
Okay.
And he's going to roll to sting him.
Okay, go for it. Let me check something as well while you
Plus
roll
damage.
that. This is with disadvantage because this one is
With
shifting.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
11.
It's your wisdom, Anubisai.
Okay.
And
He's
11?
an 11, so he misses,
11
right?
misses, yeah.
So he's going to move 10 feet back, and he's just at ground level with these guys right here.
Okay. Straight up ground level.
And then that's his movement, and that's my turn.
All right, Brolog, it's you.
You are muted.
Yes, you are.
Well
muted.
said. Well said. Okay, yeah. Rolog will be coming up to this position here. Going with that reckless attack once again. Obviously,
Alright.
this cat has its back to me. I'm just going to take off his hindquarters.
Okay, so reckless attack, straight roll. I
Mm-hmm.
keep forgetting to get rid of the icon, so it's still there.
Garbage. 8.
8 misses.
Pointing. All done.
All done, Anubisai.
Has this thing been hit?
It has not been hit, so... so
Even
he,
roll?
It's still crazy.
he is flanked now, however, so it'd be just a straight roll.
Now would be a good time for that 20. Hey, 19 works as well. Crit.
It's all the same. What's this guy at?
Does he have more than 11
He's
hit
not
points?
happy with that one.
It has more than 11 hit points. Roll for damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, so Anubis...
So 14, 28, plus 7, 35.
How are you killing this beastie?
Since I came at it from its face, I am going to try and split it.
Split
all the
it.
way down, vertically, from its face to its tail.
She's just running with her sword in front.
Right,
She,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
bisects
Ah!
So
Probably
Prologue
pointing down.
runs around to the back of this creature, swings through one of its illusionary portions of it. It is still focused on Paraspidus, but when you start charging up, it changes, looks at you, and you bring this axe as it tries to start to leap away, knowing that it's in a really bad position, really bad spot. You bring your sword straight into its nose, through its skull, and you all hear this disgusting ripping, cracking of bones, flesh and blood getting squirted in places as the blade just goes through the creature. You don't quite get through its full spinal area, but you do travel along the bottom and break most of its vertebrae. But it is cleanly cut down the middle of the bottom portion of it like a tauntaun.
And I thought they smell bad
On the inside.
outside.
With that is the last creature disposed of.
Nice.
I want their tongues.
I like stand and I like, good job, boys. And I go and like I sit down because I'm like, ow, ow.
Brolog seeks to make fillets of this one.
All right. So for the tongues, Zorai,
3
give me
points of health.
3 points of health. Perfect. For the tongues, give me a survival to harvest those. For the fillets, to fillet it, survival again.
So looking for my adjustment when I rolled a nat 20. 22.
22. You acquire the tongues. Where are you putting them?
In my bag.
All right. When you open your bag, there is a strange stench coming from it.
What?
Fair enough.
You look through, you put the tongues where you put the other tongues of those other creatures, and you realize those other tongues are beginning to mold, rot, and decay in your bag. The portion of it, the bottom right-hand corner, it's a little
Yuck.
soggy and a little gross.
Oh, you just ruined that bag. Unsalvageable.
So upon seeing this, I'm gonna pull the 2 tongues out and the 3 tongues out, and I'm gonna put them onto a string and kind of like dry them, like on the back side of the bag, so like hanging off and getting air.
When he does, when he pulls these things out, you all begin to smell these. Brolog, give me a Constitution saving throw. You are most susceptible to the smell.
I don't know why you're laughing, Zara, but hey.
It's fun.
25. Brolog don't care about no smells.
You manage to stomach the stench.
Okay, I go. You have to. We have to make a fire immediately and burn those fucking things.
Fine, then get me the ears and I will. But I ain't rolling again.
No, you get yourself the ears. We're gonna burn those tongues.
Fine, I'm rolling for the ears. Round 2 of harvesting for me.
I make a fire specifically to get rid of
Okay.
that stuff.
I give Steve
And
the
while he's
tongues
not
that I
looking-
harvested.
So, to give you an idea of the time of day, you're about midday.
Let's take a break and get some lunch while I burn these disgusting tongues far away from the campsite.
You taking a short rest, Ben?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
let's do that.
Upon that, I give Steve the 3 tongues as a treat because he's a pseudo dragon. He likes me.
Which ones? The rotten ones or the new ones?
No, the 3 new ones.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, this probably isn't a smart idea. It's not what I planned upon in the beginning, and then I'm gonna roll to try and grab their ear, or like 1 ear from each of them.
Okay. Survival on that, Brolog.
Brolog rolled an 11 for the fillets.
Damaged meats, damaged flesh, they weren't perfect in any way. You're trying to do this with your axe, 14. You don't get the full sets. You damage 2 of the ears, but you do get, where those 3 of them, 6, minus 2, 4. You do get 4 ears.
Yeah, I
2
immediately
left,
throw 1
2
away.
rights.
I throw the full one to Steve. He's eating good tonight, boys. And then I throw the 2 crappy ones, and I still have 3.
Okay.
Okay.
my survival roll for making a fire and burning those things was a 13. And then I'm going to do while he's off collecting those ears, I am dumping out the contents of that bag and burning the bag as well. So whatever roll I have to do.
So right. So
I don't consent to this.
In order to do this, Zorai, did you take your bag off and leave it, or did you put it back on?
I just had it back on. Like I took
Just
the ears
put it
out.
back
I was like,
you would have
oh,
you would have to get the bag off of Zorai in order to do that.
you can ask.
When
Well,
we
you gotta
sleep
have an
tonight, I
alternative.
am taking the bag, and I'm burning the bag.
I mean, if you can climb up into the
Because
tree,
I can
that's where I've
taste.
been the
I
last
can
4
like
nights.
taste it. The smell so bad I can
Yeah,
taste
are
it.
we near a stream at any point?
You
Ish,
are
Or are
currently.
we too far?
Let me move you back to the Mapsy map.
So while all of this is going on, Praspitus is moving, making sure everything he has is now in his bag of holding, and then attaching that to his belt. And he's going to approach Zarai with his explorer's pack and say, I would like to offer you this cleaner, less smelly pack for you to use instead of the smelly one that you've currently got that has mold in it.
My brain immediately goes to like maggots in the bottom of that bag, and I'm like,
I accept the trade of bags, and whatever roll you need me to make, I am launching this piece of shit garbage bag that smells utterly atrocious directly at your Landrio's face.
That would be a ranged attack roll. Impromptu, so you do not add your proficiency, just as dexterity to the roll.
21.
21.
okay, hold on. That hits for sure, but you're about to take some damage. But you better hope you healed.
So, your laundry, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as this pack is thrown directly at you. It hits you in the face.
Okay, instinctively, I just turn around and immediately cast. Let's see. What's a real good one that I can really almost kill you with?
I got a bunch of bonus hit points still. It hasn't been 8 hours, so bring it on. It's the only time I'm ever gonna say that. Period.
Ever.
Period. This is
yeah.
so right now.
Guiding bolt at 2nd level, 5d6 radiant
You have
damage.
to roll an attack first.
You
Yes,
do
I
have
do.
to
Or is it
roll an
not?
attack.
What's your AC?
What's your roll?
A 17.
You hit.
Okay, that is 5d6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
21 points.
6.
21, so 11 into your full, so you're at 27 hit points.
Yep.
Zara, you get hit in the gut by this guiding bolt and kind of go... "Doo!"
Okay, I'm going to
Out
pick
of
up the
breath a
bag
little.
while he's trying to catch his breath, and I am sliding it over his head and tightening the strap.
Before he can do that, as he's reacting after he...
No,
flings the bolt, I'm
I
having
am
Steve.
going to roll
It's not
through this.
instantaneous. You're a little
I'm
bit away,
going
bro.
to-
You're a little bit away.
Okay,
You gotta
then
get
I will
moved, so I'm
fly
having
speed
Steve
at
before
you.
you can move. I'm having Steve
I will
flash
stuff
some
Steve in his
horrible
bag.
images in you of the dark stuff that I've seen in my life, which is some dark
I'm-
stuff.
The
Okay,
inside
whatever
of
I
my
have
bag.
to roll, whatever I have to roll, I am putting it on this dude's head. This is happening. I'm looking at Brolog to hold him. I am bum rushing Zara right now.
Well, while they're doing this, what is everyone else doing?
Brolog looks to the other two party members for some kind of hint that he should care at all.
Praspitus. See, look at that. Already saying my name wrong. Praspitus is going to drop the traveler's bag, turn around, and walk away.
Okay. Nanubasai, what was that?
Statue mode.
Statue mode, just standing
Oh, I
there
love it.
observing. Right, so for
I'm dashing at him. I am full
you're
sprinting.
running at it for the Yolandriel, give me an insight. Zorai, you're muted. And Steve needs to do an intimidation check against Yolandriel for what he's doing.
Unnatural 20 on that insight. Plus 5 for
Dirty
insight,
20.
boys. Let's go.
I don't add anything to that, right?
No. Just a straight
Yeah. 17
D20.
for intimidation.
All right, Yolandriel, you are not frightened by these images. You just shrug them off. As for the...
Get ready to have your head put in that bag, boy.
We're going to roll it like a grapple check for this.
Okay.
But keep in mind, Yolandriel, you're rolling at advantage because Guiding Bolt gives advantage to the next attack roll.
Exactly why I did it.
So roll at advantage for a grapple strength check on this. Zorai, for a save, you're rolling either acrobatics or athletics. Just a straight roll. Okay.
21. 21. 21.
What'd you get?
21. 21.
24. Son.
Okay. Let's do it again. I'm rolling again. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
I'm pulling the bag out of his
Yolandriel?
hand.
Well, okay, so you're trying to pull the bag out of his hand? That's going to be
Shit.
a strength
That's
opposed.
strength.
Strength opposed.
So is that just plus my strength modifier?
Just plus your strength modifier.
17.
Mine was a 17. I swear
It's
to
a
God.
standstill.
My dex is... Oh,
No,
we're just pulling at the bag.
You're both pulling at the bag. The rest of you see Zorai and Yolandriel fighting over a molded, smelly bag.
I'm just, the whole time, I'm just like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, your head's going in this bag. Your head's going in this bag.
right.
And I'm like, pulling.
Paraspetus. First.
I am walking away and continuing to walk away. So I do not actually see this.
Just gone.
I am
Paraspetus is gone.
just
Prologue,
walking away.
you're muted.
You said I failed at making the fillets, right?
You have meat, but they're sloppy fillets. They're messy.
Okay. Prologue is annoyed at his lack of fillets and throws the cat at them.
Okay, give me it's going to be a strength for throwing. As for Yolandriel and Zorai, you're argued and you're focused with each other, so do either an acrobatics or athletics with disadvantage.
$19
19.
with
Yolandriel.
athletics.
6.
6.
That's
Athletics.
a natty 20. 25.
You both arguing over this bag. It's like, your head's going to be in this. Your head's going to be in this. And like, oh, no, it's not. It's mine. I'm going to put your head in this. And then, flap! You get hit by this cat. With this large, horse-sized cat. Prologue,
How much damage did we
roll
take?
me a d6 and add your strength modifier to it.
Okay.
I swear, sometimes you all are just absolutely wonkers.
6 total.
6 total. You both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as this cat slams into you.
Okay, I immediately stand up, use healing hands on myself, and then I'm going to point at Brolog and I'm going to be like, stay out of it! And then immediately turn around and grab the bag again.
I'm going
With
to
a-
immediately cast Produce Flame in one of my hands that I have on the bag, and I'm going to produce flame on the bag, hoping to burn it.
Okay, that's it. Bobby,
A
it's
cantrip. One action.
healing yourself. Yolandriel, you let go of the bag to do that, and while you're
Yep.
doing that, healing yourself, he's producing the flame and lighting the bag on fire. It is now on fire, Zarai, in your hands.
Okay, I'm going to look at the bag, then up at Zara, and I'm going to be like, you shouldn't have set it on fire. And then I'm going to take a couple steps forward.
He takes a couple steps forward. I hand it to Steve. Steve flies off because he's faster than all of us, period. And Steve's just gonna fly off and
There's
say,
going
drop
to
it
be
somewhere.
a moment's dexterity check, Yolandriel, to see if you can grab it from Steve before he manages to fly off.
I don't really want to at this point.
I mean, you can choose not to.
Oh, that's a good roll because it's a 3. So
Oh yeah, no, you're just like, okay, it's not really worth it. And Steve flies off with a bag. Steve,
dies.
Steve takes a point of fire damage as he's flying away with a bag that's on fire. For every 20 feet he travels, you're muted. For every 20 feet he travels, he's going to take another d6. How far
He's just
does he
taking
travel?
he's just taking it to 20 feet and just dropping it like
20 feet and dropping? Okay. There's a bag on fire on the ground. And Praspetus is gone. He's out of your sight. None of you can see him anymore.
I look at Brolog like, aren't you the one watching him?
Are you saying that to me, or are you just looking that words at me?
I'm saying that.
Oh, okay. No. Brolock will try to smell out his direction.
Okay, give me a perception with advantage.
11.
11. You see, you knew where he walked off to. He's just out of your sight. So, in general, you don't get the sense and you don't get the smell of him, but you know he went that way.
Brolock points. He went that way.
Well, let's find him, I say, and as I throw my halberd on, I wanted to slap Zarai in the back, like in my swing around, because I'm standing next to him. If that's a possibility. I wanted to like slap him on the ass, because I'm like grabbing it by the head and I'm like swinging it around and going like that.
Do you slap
I
me
wanna-
on the ass?
Yes.
Is on the ass.
Yes.
Choose your words carefully because
Yes.
Harmless
Yeah.
slap on the ass as the halberd blade, dull end, flat portion just goes against your booty.
And then I'm just gonna start walking, not waiting for a reply.
oh, okay, Orlandriel. I see what you're up to, you sneaky dog, you.
Meanwhile, I want to put him in the ground.
But that's how I'm playing it from here. That's what Zara would take from it. You did this to yourself. Zara is now.
Okay. Is your Landriel's walking? Brolog, are you following?
No. Brolock's going to go stand by Anubisai.
Okay, Anubisai, are you staying put or what are you doing?
You're muted.
Dashing the other.
Anubisai's muted.
Yeah, but I'm actually not saying anything either at the moment. I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to walk to within reach of Zarai.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's it.
I'm gonna disengage and try to take to the skies.
Sorry, feels threatened.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I've had a bad past with him. Flashbacks to the boat of him holding me down my Brolog scarred the crap out of me.
Yeah, that nice little scar on your lower back as your
Yeah, the
tramp
minute
sack
he
got
starts to
removed.
get close to me, I'm taking off
All right, which way are you taking off?
towards wherever Eulandrio, and I'm towards wherever Praspetus, that general
Okay.
direction,
Okay,
with Steve right next to me, obviously.
obviously. So Landriel and Zorai are off that direction. Anubisai, are you following after? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Brolog. Okay, you're
Muted.
muted, but I get the gist.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we get the gist.
Yeah.
While
This guy's
all
going to stop
that's
mowing soon, I'm sure of it.
eventually, I know, yeah, it's been a few hours. While all that's happening, Praspetus, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Oh no.
Oh, hey. 20. Dirty.
Dirty 20. Okay. As you're walking along, you're looking around, a little frustrated maybe about your party members and their antics and their constant infighting with each other. You continue moving, and Look around. Look to your left. Between a gap of two trees, you see this man smiling. You keep walking and then stop. Take a step back. And a man is smiling at you. He's wearing dark clothes, hood is up. All you can make out is the smile, the grin on his face.
It's a Cheshire.
How far away is he?
He looks to be roughly 60 or so feet away from you.
Roughly 60 or so feet away. Okay. So I'm going to keep looking right at him. I'm going to lean against the closest tree so that he stays in my sight. And I'm just going to calmly smile.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Uh, 12.
12. You suddenly get the feeling and the sense of another presence in your mind, something penetrating into your deepest, darkest memories. Everything, images of your own life, flash into your brain and into your mindset. It's unsettling. It doesn't feel right. It feels like he's forcing his way into your brain.
Can I let him?
You can.
Because right now, the darkest part he could find is the current time. So I don't think he could do too much more psychological damage to me that way. But
Well,
he might be curious, so I'm going to go ahead and let him.
okay. You just let that presence waft over you, and the whole time, it feels eerie, and something about it just feels off. You hear Yolondriel's footsteps, or just footsteps. You can't tell whose it is. Your passive perception's not that high. But you hear footsteps on the distance. You clearly see that he does too. Looks over and smiles and begins to walk a direction. Walks out of your line of sight. And when you move to gain sight of him again, he's gone.
I shake my head a little bit, rub my eyes, and turn to the footsteps.
Yolondriel's approaching you, with Zarai in fast pursuit in the air.
I look like I should have a stress cigarette in my hands. Just like an angry, like...
Chain
But
smoking.
then, can I do a... I like how I put my dice away because I thought you were going to end on a cliffhanger. Can I do a insight
Go for
on
it.
Paraspis?
Yeah. Praspidus, if you want to oppose this, it would be
17.
deception.
No, I probably seem very shaken up, kind of confused, a little disturbed.
Okay. That's what you see, Yolondriel.
As I'm walking up, I'm going to say, what's going on?
Well, between you and Zarai trying to passively kill each other, and odd smiling people who like to look into your minds, I think I'm starting to lose my grasp of reality.
Okay, given that your Landriel's kind of an idiot, he's just going to like look at you confused and he's going to say, yeah, well, if someone's trying to get into your mind, you probably shouldn't let them.
I mean, depends on what they want. But whatever, they didn't do anything damaging to me, so I'm just going to assume it was all in my imagination and let's go. As long as you and Zarai aren't still trying to kill each other.
I'm looking for rocks.
Not for now. And then I'm
I'll
just
give you
going
a
to like,
nature roll.
I'm going to wait for Zorai to get there and then let Zorai pass. And then I'm waiting for Brolog and Anubisai so I can have a conversation with them.
Okay. Zarai passes. He begins landing, picking up a few rocks. Looks like he found some good quality ones. Anubisai and Brolog they catch up to you all.
Okay, as they like walk up, I'm gonna begin walking with them. And I'm gonna say, I think Peraspetus is saying someone. I don't know if he's real or not, or if maybe we got hired on to protect a crazy person, but I would let you both know.
Wait, am I one of the people you're letting know, or is it the other two guys?
The other
Nope.
two.
Fair enough.
You are
Just wanted
head
to
of the
clarify.
party. Yeah.
You are
I'm not
collecting.
ahead. I see.
Mhm.
Like I'm like staying. I don't go past Paraspis because I don't know where I'm going.
How close
So
are you?
I'm just 20 feet
20
In the
feet?
to
air, probably.
Paraspis, like, but not past. Yeah, but
Is
I
there
like keep
any-
I keep an eye out for rocks, and I come down and pick up a rock. I'm like, oh, okay. Throw it back in the bag and keep just kind of flying around above Paraspis, though, like not ahead, but like behind by a maximum of 20 feet. If I see a shiny rock.
I'm going to pick up a rock.
Okay.
More on the heavy side.
Okay.
That's it for the moment.
Okay. So you continue traveling.
Yes, we do.
To be clear, Burlog is unconcerned by this news. Pays no
Okay.
heed.
I know somebody's following us, but I never can get a good look at them.
The sun sets. Normal day. Is anyone taking watch for your night of campment?
Praspidus will take first watch.
All
I'll
right.
take last.
I'll hop
First-
on second just so I can try and mess around with the
No watching.
partially carved arrowhead that I have.
Brolock gets a break.
Where is Zarai sleeping?
Oh, I'm up in a tree like usual, baby.
At least 20 feet into a tree.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So for the
I
first...
have a conversation with Anubis Eye.
All right, first watch. Have that conversation.
All right, so during the watch, I'm going to approach you, Anubis Eye, and I'm going to ask, in all your travels, do you know of anything about the Smiling Man?
Not until just recently.
And not until Needle's little story?
Needles and the iron thing we just killed back in the Harpy Forest. It gave me a vision when it died, and I think it was created by the Smiling Man.
Did you get a good look of the Smiling Man in that vision?
Nope.
I'm going to give Anubis Eye the description of the guy that I was looking at earlier, and then let you know. Keep an eye out for this. It might be who you sensed following us the other night. I'm sure I saw it. Could have been my imagination, but one doesn't feel what I felt without someone purposefully doing it. So.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back to watch.
Okay. Give me perception checks.
I am also going to ask Persapratus, do you wish to continue with Zarai being on the party?
Yes. For now.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, what was your
I got it.
perception?
Oops, sorry. 4. Or 2,
4,
actually.
2, and what was that? Price?
11.
11. All right. Nothing strikes you out of the ordinary. After your watch, Praspidus, are you waking up second watch?
Yes, absolutely. Who was second watch? Second watch was...
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm going to go ahead, approach the tree, and then...
Before you wake him, I just want to say, if he openly attacks a party member again, I will kill him.
I'll look at Anubis. I'll look at Anubis side. I'll go, I won't stop you. And I won't stop you from killing your Landriel as well, because let's be fair. This has been both of them.
He has initiated 3 times already.
That's the point. That is
3 times.
I've been keeping
Remem-
track. It's 3 times. It genuinely is 3 times. You have attacked a party member 3 times now, Zarai.
Yep. And you were too drunk one of those times to even remember. So why even argue with us?
Don't forget the boat. Don't forget the boat.
So it was the
Yep.
first time on the boat. I don't even. I tossed a bag at him. Come on, that can't be counted.
It dealt
It's a
damage.
bag.
It's
Damage.
counted.
Yeah.
on who you ask.
Doesn't matter that I dealt five times the amount, but
I'm gonna go ahead and wake Zarai up now, and then let him know it's his watch, and go.
How you doing it? How you waking him up?
He is up there, isn't he?
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go ahead.
that is a DM question that does not sound good to answer. Good
So how
luck.
you doing it? How you doing it, Praspetus?
I'm going to.
I could throw a rock at him.
No, I'll look at Anubis and I'll be like, okay, rock, because I'm not climbing that tree. And then I'll let Nubisai deal with waking up Zarai for his watch.
Well, the rock may be a little dangerous, so I will just punch the tree. I know
Okay.
it can't dodge.
Give me just a general strength check.
Natural 20.
25. Or
Okay.
no modifier? Or
No
what's the
modifier.
strength modifier?
No.
Oh, 18.
So just well, strength with your strength modifier. That's what I mean.
oh,
Sorry.
okay, 25.
Cool. Zorai, you wake up very semi-violently to the tree, very, very aggressively shaking underneath your butt.
I'm up. Jeez. I'm just staying there.
Okay. Give
Gonna
me
be working on my arrow, like the arrowhead I have started
Okay.
that I made progress on.
If you're going to work on your arrow, you're not making a perception check. You're too
'Cause you're
distracted
not
to
paying
watch. You're
attention.
not watching. You're working on something else.
Fair enough. Yep, still working on my arrow.
In that
'Cause I
case,
forgot to ask to get my arrows back from the last fight.
you did. So, Zarai, during this time, give me an intelligence while using your Tinker's tools to work on this. And Anubisai, give me a perception.
No.
No? You're not watching? Okay.
I'm going to go stand by Parapetus and watch him for 4 hours.
Okay. 12. Sorry, you managed to whittle away.
I
a
am
bit
muted. Very effective watch, boys. Sorry, but I was muted that whole time.
Zarai, you managed to chip away a bit more. It's coming along. You've almost
Almost
got an
there,
hour
okay.
ahead. At the end of your watch, is anyone waking up your Laundrial?
That's me. Yep.
Sure.
Wake
What
me
is-
Actually, no. You know what? No. Yes, I am. I'm taking one of the 3 rocks that I had for arrowheads, and I'm tossing it down. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm just going back to sleep.
All right. So Nubisai, you said you're waking him up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do wake up your Laundrial. One of them was kind enough to wake you up for your watch.
Cool.
Perception checks.
A big ol' 5.
Big ol' 5.
16.
16. Okay. There is nothing unusual about the day. Nothing, or the night.
Night.
Nothing comes of it. Bless you. The morning time rolls by. As
Thank
you
you.
all begin another day.
Ta-da.
I just want to make it clear I have the ears just like on the outside of my new backpack, just drying. Just so
They
they're not like.
give me a survival or give me a nature check. Nature or survival, one of those two.
21.
21. You get the sense that in order for these things to dry out correctly, they're going to need some kind of treatment. And they're going to need more sun exposure than what they're getting right now. You are mostly walking in canopy shadowed area. Currently, if anything, they're more rotting than tanning or drying out.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and you can tell me if this works. I don't know how high the canopy is, but I wanna like time around Steve and have Steve go up above the canopy while I'm still able to communicate with him. So
Okay.
however high I need to fly to do that, but I can still see the party, so like just like a boom, boom, boom kind of a deal,
Okay,
and have him above the canopy getting sun.
you'll need to be right up against the canopy when he gets over the top and has that sun exposure to these things. He'll be about 80 feet away from you. So still within range, because your
I
range
think
is
he's still
100 feet.
he's still within range. Yep.
Your range is 100 feet, but you need to stay up on the canopy.
Yep. I'm fine with
that.
that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
That way he can still stay in touch with you and still keep up with where you all are, because you can no longer see him, and he can no longer
Yep.
see
It's
you.
just
All
in the head.
Yeah. All right,
And he
Brolock.
is faster than us also.
Straight D20 roll.
Seven.
7. Okay. The course of the day is longer. You managed to make up for some speed and for some time that you lost the previous day. With the extended days and the one short day, you're more sticking true to your schedule. You camp out for the night, and you've got one more day of travel before you get to Yark. Yark.
Yark.
I'm gonna try and
No,
take
I'm
first
kidding.
watch for the night this time.
All right.
I'll take middle.
Middle watch. Anyone on third?
Does Brolog want another rest?
Brolog's good to go. Third watch. He's got it.
Praspidus will rest tonight.
Okay. First watch. Perception rolls.
Yeah, I'm not working on my arrowhead this time.
Okay, working on Arrowhead again. Anubis,
I'm not. No, I'm not working on arrowhead this time.
you're not working on your Arrowhead this time. Okay. Or a perception checks if you want to, I should say. If you
I
don't
do.
want to, then don't give me one. Yeah. Okay.
15.
15
11.
and 11. All right. Few animals, a couple of squirrels having a little fun with each other, getting a little frisky. Bunny rabbit with horn. Nothing out of the ordinary. Anyone waking up Eulandriel for a second watch?
Yes.
I'm flying up to my tree again.
All right.
Okay.
Second watch.
18.
18.
7.
7. Okay, I would send you a message, Eulandriel. Have you seen the figure yet?
No.
No? Okay.
Nah.
While you're watching then, Eulandriel, trying to pay attention to certain areas with your incredible dark vision, through the canopies, through the trees, while you're scanning around, there's a brief moment where you swear you saw a figure. But when you look back again, it's like this brief flash of a figure. It doesn't register as a person until you're not looking at them anymore. And then you look back, and he's gone.
Okay. I'm going to stand there for a second, okay, Raspitus isn't crazy. To myself, I think that. And then after a while, I just end up looking up at the moon for a little bit.
It's, let's see, would it be close to...
Do you
Yeah,
tell
If I can
anybody?
see it. If I can see it.
No, you wouldn't be able to see it with the canopy, the way it is. You're still in a thicker forest area. It's nowhere near as thick as the
I
deep
look at
forest,
the
but
little patch of stars that I can see.
small
the
little
canopy.
area. It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Peaceful, cloudless night. All right. We're going to Brolog for a third watch.
Yep.
Okay.
I give him a pat on the shoulder. I'm like, your turn, bud.
Very good.
Don't know why I try half the time, but hey.
13.
13. Well, on the other side,
Five.
if your wisdom keeps getting bumped up, then eventually
Yeah,
it'll get better.
eventually.
Eventually. 13. It is, again, squirrels and rabbits with horns, other little tiny animals, nothing particularly out of the ordinary. For the morning time, Nubasai, give me a straight d20 roll.
Yeah, of course. 20.
Wait, what was that one? Oh, interesting. Okay. It's a normal day. Through the course of the day, nothing too interruptive. These trees begin to lighten up a bit. You eventually reach the tip of a river where you might have been aiming for, where it dies out, and start to follow it down, knowing that Yark was on the map.
Arc.
Yark.
Arc.
Why? It was on the map next to a river side, and towards the end of the day, you begin to see this town, bustling, busy, people coming in and out of the gates. There are guards watching, guards on the gates, and you can see that this one is, compared to Vul and Marjoram, it is much more heavily defended. In certain areas of the walls, the bastions, the walls themselves are 30 feet tall. Bastions and outposts and watchtowers have large ballistas stationed, pointing out and away of the city itself. In the center, you can see that there's just the bare tip of what appears to be a tower inside the town itself, and individuals moving here and like to this location, to that spot. There's houses built on the outside of the walls. The inside looks as though the buildings are elegant and flush and lovely in many ways. And that is where we're going to call it for the night. You all arriving at the end of the day at Yark.
Just in case I forget to mention it, I just wanted to say as soon as we get sight of the city, I'm just landing on the ground, Steve on my shoulder.
Finally!
What do you know?
Zorai's learning his lesson.
I'm out of alcohol. What can you guys expect? I've been able to drink for 2 days.
Look at that,
That's why I
lads.
haven't been brought up.
You
That
added
was fun.
You added 8 days, so we're on day 17. You've almost been here for a month's time frame.
And I'm becoming miserable
half a
because
month.
I haven't drank in 2 days.
That was good.
Hence,
Good combat.
Very fun.
Good little RP stuff. A little party tension going on. I foresee that murder becoming a problem in the future. Murder. But you are that much closer to Nutra.
I tossed a bag at him and he cast a 5d6 spell on me.
Oh, you're still 250 miles away from Nutra.
Yep.
Good grief. I forgot about
Have you
this.
not learned that your
I know.
Landrill is very reactionary
And
kind
angry.
of an asshole?
Very angry.
Angry.
But all right, good stuff. Good job. Again, the music and the ambiances, that is Michael Ghelfi. The wonderful character art that you are seeing on the top right corner, that is Michael Howe Arts. Go check out their links down below. Michael, thank you so much for joining us in chat today. Enjoyed seeing you and Zelda both in here. It was fun chatting with Zelda on your stream the other day.
Very fun.
Very excited to work with you in the future and see what else everything holds. This Wednesday, playing with Mutts, 5 o'clock. And on Friday, tea time with Murray. I keep forgetting, 5 o'clock. No special streams this week. Well, I have to catch up on other stuff. Yeah. Big quick shout out, actually, seeing as I'm remembering it now. Zelda Elf 90 Studios, Michael Howe Arts, KY3PO. Nice. I like that, as you could probably tell. And, oh, well, that's Von Heiliger. Hey, bro. Thank you all for the follows, and thank you, Vaughn, for supporting the stream you're part of. But thank you all very much for the follows, and thanks again, affiliate. That's a big milestone for us. We're moving on up, and we love what we do. So, for now, I will say thank you, lovely people. We love you all. We will see you all next week. Ta for now.
Bye.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out.